Um, my direction in counseling, thank you. My direction in counseling in today's ministry and counseling of your relationships and everything, okay? I'm going to use the Holy Bible and the New Testament and Jesus as a way of conduct for a man, and I'm going to use the Bible as a reference of the things that you might be doing in your life that are resulting in you having illnesses, not to your body, but to your mind and your heart, right? Which is what you're here for, because I ain't no fucking doctor, right? You know what a doctor is, everyone? What's a doctor? If you know, I got the word. If you know what a doctor as a separate, you don't want to get into this, what they call a rabbit hole, just for later. Whenever you want to do some research, look up doct or, okay? Then start in the beginning of a doct or before you can doctor or, you're going to have to give it birth. And when you give it birth, you have to give it a certificate of birth, right? And that certificate of birth has to be signed by the person when the ship lands before the cargo merchandise that we just delivered from your mother's waterway, right? That's where you come from water, right? You come from water. Does everybody come from water? Huh? Born into that, right? You shall be baptized into water. Remember? And then to be reborn in spirit, you have to be baptized in the fire. Remember when you were born through water? Remember that? Dipped all the way in and came out of the water? That was your first baptism, right? Welcome. You come from water, and the moment you, all these words, the moment you enter the hospital, all that shit, let's skip all that and let's get to this moment, okay? Where your mother delivers in a delivery room. Why were we coming in delivery room when we were born? What are some things you go pick up in delivery rooms? Yeah. You definitely don't pick up innocent little babies born of God in the delivery room. You come out of the water, find out the word birth, instead of B-I-R-T-H, look up B-E-R-T-H and find out what birth. Okay, Gio wants to do it. Gio, B-E-R-T-H. Nigga. I can't be your N-I-G-G-A.
Them autocorrects.
Autocorrects? Ha! Anything auto is auto. Okay, birth. Go, Gio.
1 year, 2 years.
B-E-R-T-H. But if it's wrong, I'll know when you speak. Maybe, because I'm a psychic.
A ship's on. Oh, no, that's
Whoa.
not the meaning. Ship.
Yeah, that.
A ship's allotted place at a wharf or dock.
A ship's allotted place at a wharf or a dock. Dock. Got it? At the dock, when you take your ship and you docked it, you put it at the dock, right?
Right.
Over there, what's birth now? B-E-R-T-H.
That's birth.
Allotted place at a wharf.
Yeah. You give birth. You give birth at a docked or. After the ship docks or, what does it do if it comes from the water from somewhere else to here? It has stuff in it, right? It's either going to be a cruise ship, but we ain't doing cruise ships here. There ain't no cruise, bro. It's trafficking. It's trafficking babies. No truer words were ever spoken. You were trafficked at birth. No, you were trafficked at birth, B-E-R-T-H. right? You were birthed in a delivery room with a doctor. After you were delivered, you weren't delivered to your dad or your mom. They let you be seen by them, and then you were taken somewhere. Right? Here, what do you got, doctor?
Doc, the word docked is either to teach or to administer to give. And then the word or is alternative. So they're teaching alternatives.
No, it's another doc. It's doc shit. Doc. Yeah. Listen, we're not going to go into that. I want to just tell you a little bit so we could just know that the words can be switched in meaning and have a whole different meaning, but it may make sense why you feel like a slave, why you have such a reaction to human trafficking and all these things, and why the hospital doesn't seem like a friendly place to be, to give an infant a new life. Because it looks exactly like next door where the old man's life is being taken. The rooms, the lighting, the sounds, the location, the doctors and nurses are all the same people that are next room, that man dying of a disease or that woman that walked into that room with that baby. Already there's a huge violation. I would not want a brand new, innocent, precious baby, innocent, the most innocent thing to be anywhere near death, being born. You're not even born. That's the thing. Don't even think about, well, let's just look at the merchandise. Gets delivered to the doctor. The doctor goes and checks the merchandise and comes back and tells you about it. Your baby's foot is crooked. Your baby's healthy. Merchandise is good. If it's not good, we're going to have to go fix this merchandise. We're going to put a little incubator, right? The egg is too soft or whatever. Where's my baby? We're cleaning him. Mom and dad, honey, holding each other's hands. As dad, you are welcome to go wash my baby as I walk right next to you and either hold my baby or stand close enough to you to cut your fucking head and grab my baby out of thin air. Should you breathe one bacteria on that baby right now? And as you walk this baby through these halls of death with these sounds and put him in a little glass tube like this with all these other glass tube babies. Have you seen it? We were in it. Looking like this in one little, and then another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. Hey, mom and dad are here, honey. You know, I love you so much. You know, you were such a great dad. And that is nothing more than oxytocin, dopamine, and all kinds of chemical fucking reactions that are going to be the highest highs equal the lowest lows. Those who are exalted shall be brought down, right? And that goes for everything because the pendulum swings both ways, everybody. Now, let's just see that where the doctor, we were given, birth was given to the doctor and delivered to them. They take they show you the merchandise, right? Here it is. Look at it. Here's the baby. Can I hold my baby? No. Okay, a little bit. Then what happens to my baby? Is it going to float in thin air to where you're going? Or are you going to carry my baby through these rooms and put him out? Can I hold my baby? Give me my baby. Who's going to carry this baby from here to there? Good thing there's a father or a fucking aunt or a goddamn family member in here who can carry my baby. And good thing there's a man like a fucking bodyguard while that woman is carrying the baby. My husband or brother, what? I don't, the real men fucking stand up somewhere. And they're walking. And that man's eyes are looking for death. What's death? One bacteria around the baby. And then you would notice where your baby's walking through what sounds. Hospital. Brand new life. Squeezed out of a tube. Held by strangers. The baby knows mom. Why? What are you talking about? All right. Let's end this evil. But let's just look at one more thing, right? I wanted to let you know your baby is healthy. He's being incubated right now, cleaned up. He'll be right back. He can be with you for about 4 hours, and then you have to take him back to the incubator. Then we're going to bring him, you're going to feed him, and you could hold him through the night for a little bit. Then we'll be back, right? Sounds some fucking alien shit. Did anybody see what happened to my baby when he was there for those hours? Did they draw anything from him, inject him with anything? Huh? Do you see that angry nurse around there, right? Do you see the one who hates men? Do you see that big black bitch who hates men carrying my white baby? Do you see that racist black bitch who came on and said that white men are devils? Did you see her hatred towards my white baby innocence? Did she squeeze my baby a little bit harder? Did she switch these two little white babies? Huh? Why is that racist bitch touching my white baby? Right? Oh, you're racist. I'm fucking racist. I'm the devil. I'm a murderer. Don't touch my fucking baby. You understand? Call me what the fuck you will. You understand? That's my child. Why is everybody touching my child? Before you even shake my hand, you dirty bitch, shake it, go sanitize. You know what I mean? Your heart is dirty. But then let's just get to this part, right? At some point, ready? Here is the birth certificate you have to sign. What's your baby's name? Why is it written in all caps, though? Isn't there a lowercase here somewhere? I can't write lowercase? Why? I'm going to try lowercase. No. How about I write my name in my signature because nobody could copy it. No. Capital letters. Okay. My baby's name is in capital letters. Now, ready? Sign here. You sign here, and I'm the agent, the doctor. There you go. Where's the birth certificate going? Hey, where's the birth certificate going? Oh, no. This goes to the government. No, you're his parents. You're renting him for 18 years to take care of him. Then we own him. He works for us. You're the pair that rents him. We own him. If you want his birth certificate, get a copy of it from us. How about you get a copy of it from me? Right? Why am I getting a copy of my baby's certificate every time I want it? Oh, because you're supposed to. What the fuck? What's going on, guys? Is it in the words? Well, you keep looking it up because when you birth, at the birth, doctor comes and gives the merchandise. Guess what has to happen? They have to check the merchandise. They have to come back, and then you have to sign it off to them. Okay? Now that merchandise can enter that land. What? But it belongs to them. That means if you break any laws now, because you're in their land, they can take your merchandise, which could be your kids too. Right? So that's pretty evil. That's good to know. And you can do your research, and you should do your research, okay? And I could be making it all up, but it's still fascinating, right? So, and it could all be coincidences. It really could be. It really could be. We don't know. What we do know is what we observe and we report. That's integrity. Integrity is just, here it is, man. What's up with that? Right? Here's the answer. Well, that doesn't make sense. This makes more sense. If that's my baby, then why is this happening? Right? Why is it a delivery room doctor? I can go through every word of every hospital that you could ever think about in that place. And then we would define these words, and you would see that a hospital looks like, smells like, sounds like, moves like, hires people that are actually people that are there to kill people. You should not walk through a hospital where people are healing. It's not a place of dying. That's a mortuary. People go to the hospital to die because if you go sit there for an hour, you don't feel like anybody's healing. You come out with bad shit in you. Now, if maybe like if they were building hospitals, they would know that, and they would have a little death section and a healing section, and it would be clear, right? Like the ICU unit shouldn't be like up the stairs to the left, right next to the birth fucking control, whatever the fuck they are, right? What the fuck, bro? Anyways, that's the world we live in, all right? But here we are, right? And those people working there are people just like you and I, and something has gone wrong in the way they're making decisions, right? And they'll justify it by they need that job, they need that money. It's a career they always wanted. It was the next, like a lot of reasons except this. I was sitting there and suddenly I wanted to contribute to this thing because I saw that it was so cool to do, and I became that. You don't find any of those nurses. You find guys that I used to fight with, like in martial arts, that are there fucking those nurses because we would talk about them. You would find surgeons. I knew surgeons that during surgery would go fuck somebody or get a blowjob. I know men. I've been around them forever talking about the subject. I know everything they do, right? I know pilots that were completely drunk, belligerent, flying an airplane. And they told me it doesn't matter because there's a co-pilot and it's autopilot too. And he just has to dress nice, sit there, smile. Fat, gluttonous guy that big. My father's friend, I remember, my birth father. Right? Anyways, right? You understand, otherwise you wouldn't be here. So now let's see how we could play this game of life better. Because one thing I can guarantee you about me, if you know me or get to know me or come challenge me or test me or be my friend, don't matter. One thing you can know about me is the way I interact with the world socially and the way I communicate has a sense of freedom in it, a sense of relaxation, a sense of peace, and my relationships are all doing great, right? So I must know something, right? And I'm here to, for the next 3 hours, freely share these secrets because I love talking about it. And just like those nurses I talked about, I'm doing it because I want to do it. Obviously, I love doing it, right? And I believe that there's a God and that if you follow what's in your heart and it's pure, you should be taken care of. And that reference is again in the book. You find it yourself, okay? But it's in here. Got it? Got it. There's my intro. Welcome. Who do we have on? So good. Cupid's all fucking proud of that. I knew this nigga was good. That's why I tattooed that right there. You see that? All right, guys, who do we have? So Tom, welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah, good to have you.
We had a bunch of people on. Nobody's responded about wanting to speak yet.
Oh, I would be speechless after that too. So let's give it a minute. Let's give it a minute for our minds to come back to 3D, we call it. Come back to your world for a second and your problems, okay? Whenever you hear the truth from books like this, it has a way of making your mind go away. And that's peace. But right now we're here so we could solve some of the mechanical problems, right? I'm having this problem in this relationship. I'm trying to, this is a different ministry than yesterday, everybody. Okay, that's done. Boom, here we are. New chapter. So I want to help you get the job you want in the way you want it, get the girl you want. Come on, man, what do you want? I'm going to give it to you righteously now. And then you can decide to do it the wrong way or the right way. I'll show you the right way to get anything you want. Anything. I mean, anything and everything. That's the challenge. I will give you an answer that will be righteous for you to get it. I can do that, right? Wouldn't that be great if you could fucking move through your life and do what you want to do without having to get in your own way, right? Stop yourself, put brakes on because you're not sure. I'll give you an answer that we can all agree with, all right? And I sit here with that confidence, all right? So, and if there's nothing, then we can get into dialogue here until there is something. All right, okay. Lots going on. Yeah, all right. Let's see what's going on. Okay, nobody's on? All right, what's going on? Anybody want to speak here? Talk to something? Huh? How's life? What about here? Right? What about situations like, I'm talking stupid shit like you walk up and the hostess is rude. We're going to go through life and I'm going to show you guys that there's a code underneath all of that that I know somehow and I can teach it. That if you know that this idea is easily warded off with these words, simple. So every time that idea shows up in the world, right, there's other ideas that if you take these ideas on, they dissolve that other one. Right? So like someone says something to you as an idea they're throwing at you, right? They have to communicate a thought, an idea, an event, right? If that idea, if you don't have a proper answer for it, right? It would be, and if it had any force in it. And what would force be? Bad intention. And bad intention doesn't have to hurt you, but I'm saying, here's what I'm saying. They throw a communication your way, you hear it, but it's masking something under it. They want something other than what they're saying, or they're saying something other than what they're saying. So that, in this world of social dynamics, if you get a communication like that, where it has a hidden message in it, where your heart feels it, but the words are hiding it, if you don't have a way to counter this, what happens is as you try to figure out the words, the message inside, it's called the Trojan horse in communication. Okay? I'm starting tonight the first class on game. What's game? How to socially interact in the game of life for men to attract their soulmates and live that perfect life that Disney could not possibly dream of.
What would you consider a soulmate?
A soulmate would be a true intimate relationship that neither of you pursued each other, but coincidentally, spontaneously, synchronously, you ended up in a location and attraction was there and it starts there. That's your soulmate. How do I know? Because how can you plan your soulmate? It defeats the word. And you go, you're going to help me find your soulmate? No, I'm going to help you find your soulmates as a man. No. This is, I live in abundance. You want to get one girl, you go somewhere else.
Can a woman have more than one soulmate?
Yes, she can have more than one soulmate. However, it wouldn't be the same definition as a man having more than one soulmate. But it wouldn't be conversation for this. It would be super advanced, breaking down shit, and two scholars talking about it. It wouldn't do anything for anybody here, because right now, it's not even real that anybody could grab a soulmate over there. And I have a bunch. In fact, I don't meet a woman unless she's my soulmate. How's that? I have a formula for that. And they've seen it. They've seen it, right? If I say that's a girlfriend, that's a soulmate, right? And it was in that sequence of events that you saw. And then you'll know what a proper relationship is. The reason why your relationships aren't working is because you're pursuing something that you think you want. And for some reason, where you failed everywhere else in life to know what you want, including what do you want for dinner tonight? Check that right now inside you. What do you want to eat for dinner? Look to see how you make that decision. All right? What about tomorrow morning? What do you want for breakfast? Go through these. Let me show you how ridiculous you are. Okay? What do you want to wear tomorrow night? All right, ready? What kind of car do you want in 10 years? Now, come on. Now go find your soulmate. You're going to want to just find that thing that in that moment is your what? Not soulmate, but your deficiency. Right? You can't find your soulmate when you don't know what you're going to eat tonight. Right? Now, if I told you, go away for an hour and come back with the perfect thing to eat tonight, we'd all go away and we would use different methods. Right? A method is a meth head. It's in the word. So now let's say Yogi Chris, perfect idea of diet, goes away tonight, and he comes back with the perfect food to eat. You guys ready?
Ready.
with the perfect food to eat. And he has his list. Sultan comes back with the perfect food to eat. Tavio comes back with the perfect food to eat. The other guy's a little too chubby for that. Monster comes back with the perfect food to eat. So do the chubby guys, but we know they don't know the perfect food, but we let them play anyways, right? You know, you're playing basketball and they're in the neighborhood, they're cousins, right? And you give them the ball every once in a while, but like when you don't even like block them, right? Yeah, right. And then like you try to pretend like you remember when you try to pretend like you're actually trying to block them, but you make them shoot like, oh man, you let them fucking shoot. You know they're never gonna make it. And then when they make it, you're surprised, right? And then they realize, they look at you like, what, you're surprised? You think I wasn't gonna make it? No, that's good. Whoa, you made it. I mean, I shot that. I didn't shoot to miss. Yeah, but you shot like 30 more in the game, bro. No one blocked you. Anyways, the chubby guys can also play. And we'll be like, hey, fatty, what do you do? And he was like, oh, I have cake. I'm like, all right, yeah, that's right. Okay, make it low fat. Moving on, okay? The point is, we would have 4 meth heads show up tonight. 4 methods. And then it would be justified as such. Ready? He wants to do it for wrestling. He wants to do it for modeling. He wants to do it for stripping. And he wants to do it for fucking. No, just fucking. Right? That's it. Now, ready? And we would go, oh, okay. So based on that, this must be the perfect diet. However, now I'm going to take another champion for fighting and put it next to him. And he's going to come out with another thing. And you go, well, each body is different everywhere. Well, jackass, how do I find mine if every body is different everywhere? What am I fucking supposed to do? Go through the whole food chart just to know what the fuck I'm gonna eat tonight and still get it wrong? So the fact that we don't even know what the fuck we're supposed to eat when we've been sitting in our own fucking bodies all this time, observing how food affects us. Now we're gonna go get our fucking soulmates. What? That is just baby Google Gaga babble, if people say that, right? So right now, it's babble. Right? But we're not gonna babble on. We're gonna stop that. Why? Because even though I'm blah, 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 my God, I'm not babbling. I'm making sense. I'm making sense, nigga. And it still makes sense. How can someone make so much sense without controlling their tongue? Okay, I'm going to show you. I found a code. I'm a decoder. I found the mathematics and the language put together. And here it is, ready to be challenged with any question anywhere. And nobody has a question. So I'm either a joke or you're scared. Or back to this, you don't even know what you want. So you have no question.
We have one person ready to.
Yay! Go, one person.
Bruno.
Again. This is going to be a different conversation if it's the same Bruno. The fiery one?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, the fire one. How are you?
Hey, brother. Good. The level of conversation we had before will be had between you and I privately everywhere else, okay? But not for this class anymore. So what's going on? If there's situations as simple and maybe ridiculous now, I don't know, but as simple as, you know, I'm talking to some girl and, you know, she works here and this is where we are, any kind of relationship shit, anything like that. Otherwise, just salute, what's going on, how you doing, and move on, okay? I'm here to answer those questions today.
I just want to reinforce what you say about the nurse. You know, they are pretty evil.
Yeah, we know.
When I
Everyone,
was, yes, they were like a fucking bitch. You know, I have a lot of dead skin on my chest when I get burned. And they were like hell to take that down, you know. Only the doctor was kind of a good man and take me that skin good. Just
yeah,
that I want to say.
well,
To
thank
reinforce.
you. Good to see you.
Okay,
Hurry up.
I will just listening.
Okay, brother. Next. Someone with a question, or we can just keep talking. It could be a lecture. All right? It's going to go all day, but then you're going to fall asleep if I do that. And you're going to get, you don't want to do that. You want to go back and forth. Listen, if anything I can teach you about being a great communicator, you have to be present. Okay? Like, do you see I'm present? Do you see I'm here? That is missing in your communications everywhere, right? Now, you don't have to be loud because I'm not always loud. I'm actually very quiet when I'm out, okay? Well, yes, unless I'm yelling in a fucking loud club. But I normally speak quiet. I greet people quietly, all right? But there's a presence here behind the words. There's a light, right? And so when you speak, stay present. However, when you listen, you got to stay present. You got to stay so present that if you're typing into an ATM machine, you have to stay so present that you have to read those words and understand those words and what you're doing, and don't go automatic on it. You got to be present in your communication, receiving and giving. It's somewhere in this, you go out of present time. Something enters that doesn't compute fully, and you begin to think about it instead of let it go and listen again. Or stop the communication and ask that. Somewhere in the exchange, something hits that doesn't fully compute, and the mind begins to ask itself. It doesn't ask the person. It asks itself, I wonder when he looked at me like that, was he doing that? Hey, when you looked at me, bro, when you looked at me like that, did you want to say something? No? Oh, I just noticed you looked at me. Oh, what's up? How you doing? No more thinking. Or, I can't do that every time I have a fucking thought. Or, did you want to say something to me? I wonder if he was saying something to me. He's over there. I'm over here. I wonder if he was saying something to me. All right, that's done. I wonder if he wanted to say something to me. That's the end of that thought. It's not a question to be answered. It's a thought. And if you hear it, I wonder if he wanted to talk to me. I can still wonder if he wanted to talk to me, but not why did he want to talk to me? Why did he look at me like that? That's added internal dialogue, not necessary any longer. But if you're not present there for the next communication or moment, if you don't communicate with presence, or in that moment, you don't have some other thing that you're aware of, now you're a little bit further back. And now as someone says something, you're listening, but a little bit is there, just a little bit. As they're talking, you're trying to locate them, but you're kind of here. And then you missed a bunch of other shit. Now you feel a little spacey. And that's it, right? That's it. So you stay present, okay? For any communicator, a child 5 years old to 400 million years old, to a spirit that, you know, is there a ghost of a child here? Oh my God, it red. It went to red. Hey, let's buy a toy from Toys R Us when they had one. You hold that, I'll hold this. Ready? Put the camera on him. Walk into a dark room. Walk into that room, right? Take some of the decorations in my house. I have masks and cool, crazy shit. Put some in there. Change the light. Can we use one of those lights? Ready? Walk in. Ready? Ask a question.
Is there anybody?
No. I'm showing you what they do. Go further. Okay. Hey, shut that door. Boom. Ah! All these shows, all these gadgets, all these haunted mansions. Even a spirit needs to be present for me to fucking. Have you ever had a random text? Have you ever had your phone change? That ain't all big deal. Don't bring out the measurements, right? That's what these fucking people do in every fucking show, and they don't find one fucking ghost. Then suddenly, some dude on his iPhone is walking and puts it on YouTube, and everybody sees clearly what it is, and they go, that's CGI. And we all see it, and it shivers our spine. Whoa, it's not even scary. It's just like a face for a second, and we all go, fuck, did you see that? Is that that? And our disbelief is all those shows that try to make us believe. So even if God showed up or an angel, you wouldn't see it. Because there'll be so many shows looking for God everywhere. So many churches, so many priests, and you sure as fuck know they haven't found it. Right? because you could tell they have to control their tongue. One who controls their tongue is a public speaker, a politician has to have a speech. You get that? A lawyer. Anybody who controls their tongue is passing a test, right? Is given a spelling bee or a book report, or if you have to control your tongue, then you're not speaking what's happening. It means there's a plan in this conversation, right? And so I can't trust a communication that looks like it was fabricated. Why can't you just tell me what's going on? Like, what would happen if you just told me what happened? Well, you know, I don't want to be rude. Why would I take it as rude if it was the truth? Right? Like if I have something on my face, right? And you go, there's something on your face, right? I want you to tell me that. I don't want you to do this. There's something on his face. There's something on his face. You see that shit on his face? Who's going to tell me something on his face? Hey, bro, got something here. That's evil. Right? So why would people do that?
It's evil.
To do all that? To do, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you want to know from me if you're sitting next to me?
Right, I thought you meant you said it after the second part.
Yeah.
The second
Nah, I would not. I would never say anything wrong. So, you know what I mean? So, anyways, any questions come up for anybody as I speak? If something comes up?
Would that be a Scientology term, triangulate?
No, but it would be a triangulate is a military term, right? Soldier. To triangulate is to locate something using 3 different points, right? So let's say we're gonna go in our ship on the ocean. One way would be we're gonna go from Eden to Pegasus, right? And it's a straight line. And we don't have GPS and all that, right? We can look up at the stars and using the star, triangulate our location. Using a 3rd point, we can know where in relation. It's like we go into a 3rd dimension of measurement when we triangulate, right? The troops, you know, I believe they're behind that enemy camp, right? And then the copter goes by and locates them, right? We've triangulated the position. Now, that word, that's like the baby version of it, like mathematics. It can be used many different ways, but that's the base of triangulating a location, okay? All right, good. What else? Great questions like that. Yeah, let's talk about life and the game of life and where men and women come across. Women have no idea how to socially interact. They're here to learn anything about social interaction, right? It is so uncomfortable getting 2 new women together.
How would a woman that doesn't have a man,
Yes.
she's out in the world or she's out from under her parents' household, like she's not living at home,
Yeah.
she's doing her thing, like what are the steps for her?
Yogi Mike.
Like what is social conduct for her and how
In what context?
in
How old is she and where is she at?
Let's say
Because everything is different. But once we start seeing it, then I'm going to be like, there is that. But first, let's triangulate the context. We have a girl, right? She doesn't have all that.
let's say since we go to strip clubs a lot, let's say mid-20s girl that's a stripper.
Is she a stripper?
Yes.
Okay, so let's give her. So we're at a strip club, mid-20s stripper, okay? And then
Single. And
single.
you know, she's just
Does she have a baby or 2?
No.
No babies. Nice. Don't introduce Shamir. He likes having babies accidentally. I get everybody pregnant after this. No, now that one. Judge or not. Okay. Anyways, I'm not judging. I'm making fun of it. There's a difference. Okay. We're boys making fun of the boys in the neighborhood, right? Do you see that? Do you see our little buddy get all pussy whooped? Right. That's what happened. Here we are playing this fucking game, and one of our boys gets pussy whipped. After he was warned over and over and over, hey, getting pussy, nigga, you're pussy whipped. Nigga, now you're a pussy. Now that pussy whooped you. Right? First he was pussy whipped, then he was pussy whipped. Right? First he was pussy whipped, then he was pussy whipped. He got whooped by it. Anyways, in what context?
yeah, what are the steps for her to, you know, I mean, is it really just
the right man needs to cross her path and to save her, or what is she going to do? She needs to have some awakening where she gets out of that industry.
Right, right. I think the first step for her is to know that the right way is better than what she's doing. Because that's what I'm seeing. I'm dating a few girls like that, right? And that's what I'm hearing consistently, right? Like consistently, what one of my girlfriends is telling me as a dancer is, I'm making better, her words in her accent, I'm making better choices, right? My friends, after the club, they want to go out and do coke. I don't want to do it anymore. Well, then don't do it. Okay? Yeah, but they want me to do it. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Then next time they ask me, I didn't do it. Right? Now, let's say, oh, yeah, what time? Tell them to come over. My boys are here too. After work, you guys dance? Who are they? So and so, so and so. They're going to come do coke. You do coke, you do it too. All right? In fact, you get the coke, right? We got coke. Tell them we got coke. You know that whole thing. Now, what I'm saying is actually more real than anything else, right? It could be anything she said. We want to go eat. We want to do coke. We want to fucking whatever. So the first step for her is to observe what we would say a real man, because she's never seen a real woman, right? I mean, this is impossible. Right? So she doesn't even know it's right. And every man she's seen has been like a woman.
This brings another question. Can a man be a real man without knowing game?
Without knowing game, not without knowing this game that we're teaching. That's been proven now. The game I'm teaching you comes from a pure story. And I've experienced it. You've seen me, us, and we know we have reality. So as of right now, can a man do that? If he's a religious man and he's a righteous man, then he doesn't need anything. But the problem with all these religious, righteous men is they're caught in games in life that are taking them away from their religion, right? If the way that we're doing game, the more the man keeps his religion, whatever it is, the better he'll be at his religion and getting girls, because that's the code we have here. It could be anybody. You could be a fucking Satanist, Luciferian. You could worship a fucking whatever, nicotine. It's because the language of worship, I know, right? To worship, you're going to have to surrender, right? The language of surrender, I know. I'm proof of it, and I'm here now to teach you real game, how to play the game of life without, first of all, getting everything you want and beyond your imagination, because that's what I have. That's what these guys have, and we keep having more and more and more. Okay? So to get everything you want without the consequences of compromising your own morals and ethics. Right? That's the game. And you've witnessed this man and yourself play that for consistently, not making even one wrong decision on any subject and being ready to be completely burned to the floor for it. And ending up, instead of being burned by the fire, being raised out of the fire. Right? And man, there's no feeling like it to just know that you're doing the right thing, because that's why you're holding yourself back. If you're here anywhere around me, the goodness in me is what you're looking at, right? Because I don't look like anybody out here. A person like this does not lead people like that. It's true, but that's how you know it's inspired. That's how you know it's real. If I was in a room of all tattooed guys, whether they were cholo, I could anywhere. I'm invited, open door, welcomed anywhere, VIP. Any men's group in the world, I can walk into and be invited and given a good seat to sit down. Okay, I am that man for sure. But the people that are around me don't look like me, and the few that have were complete failures because they were copying me. They failed. Chide, Eros, they failed. Now I'm going to teach Eros some real game, right? But he's going to have to want to learn how to be a man to play this game. This is a game of being a man, right? And I'm here to say I'm more man than any man you know, including your mentors. And I'm here for them. I'm here for the mentors, the people that you think are alpha, to show up and challenge me or teach me or learn from me. Right? But if men sit down and spend this many hours a day to a subject, then let's bring the greatest minds around to talk. Now, I will go anywhere on any podcast, any show, any live, anytime for free. If you get any of them to invite me anytime, anywhere, I'll be there for free. I don't want anything. How's that? So now there's the return of it. You should always, give the challenger the same, right? We're the same way, same time. We'll show up, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Here's a chessboard. Here are the rules. We're showing up. I'm ready for the challenge. I'm the adversary right now. Let's play. Right? But no one's playing with me. Why? Because they're too big to play with me. Okay, fine, right? I'm in the neighborhood, and every time I throw the ball, I make this basket, and you're going to hear about it. And I'm not using your television. I'm using my tube, YouTube, to show how I can shoot this basket any day, anytime. And you think Stephen Curry can shoot? I can shoot from here to the moon. I'll make it. It doesn't matter. I can't miss when I shoot this ball, right? Sooner or later, someone's going to have to come check, as they have. But the one that came to play basketball with us, what was that? It was like two cheerleaders. One was fat and one was a girl. I'm here to play basketball with men, right? Come on, bring the coach, bring the team, bring the Michael Jordan, right? I'm here for that. Now the result, should I win, if I win, then I just defeated the person that was about to make you weak. So bring them here. You don't want to go with them if I could beat them so quickly in chess, right? So don't waste another breath on any book if they're alive, unless show them my video or have them come. And if they say I'm funny, say, well, he's getting better results than you, right? He's getting better results than you. That's it. Not he just get, whoa, no, he's getting better results than you. When he talks to people, he gets better results than you. You may be greater than him, and he says you are. But he says that his students are greater than your students. That's my challenge to them. They're all better than me at what they do. They have more money and all that. But all of the people I talk to are greater than all the people they talk to. How's that? A teacher should be known by students. That's his product, right? Now, they can continue to model themselves with their cards and their information, but they shouldn't teach, or they should teach. Now I'm here to say that even though I'm this little guy in this little place, I have more power than them, because the power of the word should heal and make things better. And theirs don't. They just make people psycho. All right? Anybody on?
We got Diamond DeVille.
DB.
Oh, how you doing?
What's up, bro? Long time no see.
Yeah, long time. I was
how you doing, bro?
wondering. Yeah, good, thank you. You? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
for sure. Yes.
I was
can you hear me?
wondering how would. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Hold on a second.
What would your approach? What would your approach be to? Oh, yeah.
Sir,
What would your
charger,
approach
bro.
be to like relationships between, say, baby mama and baby?
Can you repeat the question for me here? Hold on. Let's see if anybody fully got it. Anybody get it? Okay, so say it again. We got relationship, baby mama, baby. We missed the middle.
Oh, sorry. I feel some noise in the background here.
It's like basic. It's like blah, 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 blah. I just need the words understood as
Is
you
this
speak it.
better for you?
No.
Okay.
There. That.
Okay, I'll stay here.
Something else.
What would your approach be when incorporating IMC philosophy to explain and to not explain but to communicate with baby mama and baby?
Okay. Well, I mean, that's a huge subject, right? In what
Yeah.
context? Right? What poem are you writing? Are you talking to your baby? Are you talking to her about the baby? Are you talking to her about her problems? Are you talking about, are you going like, Yes, how do you talk to baby mama about baby or you? But now triangulate, bring it in.
Okay. So just in the beginning phases, so like when baby is born.
Uh-huh. And now where's the baby? In the tube we were talking about earlier, or in your hands, or in the home? Where?
So the baby would be at home, and then I'm just working out where I'm going to be staying. So like raising the baby.
Well, if you have a baby, you should be living with her. Right? They have a baby now.
Yeah.
Is that what you're asking?
No, not so much that, and as well as that, the interaction with her. So like how to raise the baby. What would you suggest would be like overcoming any differences that may occur?
Yeah, okay. I can give you a few rules or commandments, you could say. And you tell me how you feel about them. Number one, okay?
Yeah.
You have to recognize, is it a boy or a girl?
Go.
You have to recognize that's your daughter that she's going to raise. That's the first idea that will destroy any other ideas that are weaker than it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So you're a poet, right? So
yeah,
here is a poem about whatever. Here's a poem about babies being born. And it's very beautiful. Mom and dad, and that's their child. Now, ready? Here's a better verse in that. Okay? She raised his child. And you go, oh, that's a better verse. As a poet, smoother. It's better than all that other shit. It has a better aesthetic poetry. It's better poetry. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. So if you write that verse, right, it's going to be a more beautiful relationship, more proper verse, more of that one verse, the universe you're looking for. Okay. So now it starts like this. You have to know inside this poetry, which is, that is my daughter. Some people say, yeah, it's both of your daughters. You're not concerned about that. Right? Mom says, dad says, mentor says, book says, anywhere says anything. Okay? You internally know that's your daughter. It's not 50-50. It's 100 my daughter. Now, if you start there, that'll be way better decisions for your daughter's life than not that. That means in any disagreement, it's not our daughter we're coming to a conclusion about how to raise. It's my daughter you're raising like so. And if you disagree with raising it like so, you're still going to have to raise it like so. And here is why. You get what I'm saying? Now, that's not comfortable in today's world. Why? Because playing the game of life. That's why I'm doing this, right? You got the girl as a guy, communicated, and then the baby was a mistake. You weren't planning on having a baby. That was a mistake in the game, right? And it's not only changed your life, her life, and the baby's life, all for worse. Nobody got better because you had a daughter. Everybody got worse. Why? Because you took a wrong step, ready, in the game of life in regards to a soulmate. Those words are way too big, like life, soulmate, you, right? They're not little, you're a poet, they have soul, right? So first, no one got better. Now, if you continue in that mindset, a set mind, and try to solve all the problems, You started on the wrong road, and you're gonna go it's gonna feel like hell again and again and again until you're comfortable walking around like a charred human being walking through hell. You're used to the fucking burns, you know? You put some ointment on it, but tomorrow you're gonna go through that fire again and bubble up. And after a while, you look like a burnt soul, right? Charred up with a little bit of life. Okay? So that's one route. Now, I just gave you another route. This route, this story, the game comes from this book, me decoding this book with my language, knowing you would know as a poet. I know you're a true poet. I've seen you. I would acknowledge that, right? A poet knows the soul of the word. You get what I'm saying? Right? He can feel or taste or whatever the perceptions God gave you with words differently. That's what a poet is, right? And I know a poet when I know a poet.
Yeah.
And you're a poet. It's the deepest, it's one of the deepest ways to worship God. But when that poet, oh, perfect, I got it. It's an amen inside. Now outside. Okay. Lost it. It'll come back at a better time. When, there it is. Decoding it, solo the word, and you know it, right? So this story of Jesus, New Testament, right? The soul of the words as a poet, right? If you don't take the definitions they gave you or what the preacher said or anybody, and you as a poet read and then listened to Jesus' sermon and you couldn't apply it, you're like, turn the other cheek, you would feel the light and the truth in it as a poet. Because I can, and I know you can, right? It reads like poetry. And when you read it, it gives you a sense, right? Those are the spirits of the word in there, you could say, in this game, right? And in this game we're playing, you're like a very powerful wizard. Because I would always say, poets, I would say, you know what Sigmond Freud said? I know you were there when I said that. Poets have been wherever we go in the mind, right? So it's been testified even by science that those that know poetry have access to some record that they can't measure, right? It's a gift. It's a gift of God. You can't like learn poetry. Go teach it. You know, right? You and I don't have to rhyme to do poetry, right? You recognize right now, this has been poetry. It has a rhythm. You get it? You know, that's why we can talk forever. And I would always say, Don Bevel, I'd probably talk to you through the night about everything. You know what I'm saying? Gio also has that when he speaks, right? He speaks in poetry, right? Anyways, bro, that's why. Anyways, listen. This book, right? In it, the story is that the girl was made for the man, right? And so if you've done all my camps, I've known you for time, the code in that, Eve coming out of his rib, God made him, God didn't make Eve. God made Eve so that he would have a playmate, someone to share everything that God made for him, right? So that means if he impregnated her, she wouldn't say, God says it's ours because she is his. She doesn't even talk to God. In the story, in the code, he doesn't come back and go, where's Adam and Eve? He says, where's Adam? Eve is right there. He looks at her, she's wearing something. He says, where's Adam? When Adam shows up, he's like, what are you doing? God's looking for his son. This is the code. The son is now lost. Do you know why? Listen to this, poet. Listen. Only a poet could go this deep into the story and find what it means as a code. Listen. Prior to this, Adam is made from God. God never looks for Adam because they're one. Got it? He knows everything. Gives a rib. He knows his son. Up until that happened, he never told his son, don't eat from that apple tree. Ever. It was there the whole fucking time. Fruit of knowledge, fruit of everything. Right? He gives her Eve. He says, whatever you do, don't eat. That's a test for his son. Got it? When he comes back and he sees her like that, what is that? Where's Adam? Adam, where are you? What's that? This here. Why is God looking for his son when he never looks for his son? Because Adam has now disconnected by going off the order that he was made from by listening to her and doing the opposite of what his dad said. God is now looking for Adam. And when he finds Adam, he's covered his loins. And we think, well, he should cover his loins. No, we shouldn't think that. That's weird, right? And he says, what happened? What are you doing that? He said, who told you? Eve did. Okay, I'll get back to you, son. Eve, who told you? The snake. Boom. There's that one. Eve, for listening to him. Boom. Now, son, not because you ate the apple. That's not the poetry in it. The apple would have probably been his at the right time, right? You have a daughter. There's going to be a time you buy a car, a house. It's not like put our baby in the $1 billion mansion that I own because it's hers. The tree was there, right? Maybe he was too short to get it, and the snake can go and pluck it. I don't know, but all I know is the tree was there. He was never warned. He says to Adam after he deals with them, he looks at him and he says, not because you ate the apple. He says, because you listened to her. You lost the order because you listened to her. Go with her now. Suffer. But he loved his sons so much that he kept sending commandments to the cleanest ones. And they would come and it would be on a stone. Then it would be on a whatever. And when that happened, the other priests could twist the words. They could justify it. Every time the word came through anywhere, like we saw that other weirdo, there's a stone somewhere in fucking Arabia that says that black people are Jesus and white people are devil because there's a stone he fucking found somewhere, right? That some baby cave rock person did or some shit. What the fuck, bro? Right? So that was the problem with the commandments to man, is man kept fucking it up. At some point, when this shit is so bad, like right now, it's bad. Look at your life. Look at your baby's life. Look at her life. It's terrible. At some point, God looks down and it's terrible. The churches are off code of what he said. Just like right now. The governments are off code. The regular people are off code, immoral sexual behavior and money. He's like, last time, before I nuke everybody again, this time I'm going to take form as my favorite son. Instead of writing it, he didn't write it. I'm going to speak it. Ready? And let those who have the ears hear it. Now watch. It's in there. It's not what goes in the mouth that defiles the body, because whatever goes in comes out, right? It's what comes out of the mouth that defiles. So it's because, and it says because your speech is connected to your heart, right? So he comes back in flesh. As he moves, he is the commandments. right? He goes through the same world and faces everything they face as God, right? And so he says, God is forgiveness. And you see it in his life. God is pure love, pure good, because he could tell a demon, get out, and it would. He didn't bargain with the demons, right? He would tell them, get out. Yeah, not think of that as a bad thought, right? Or whatever. The point is, finally, he turns around and says, look, you can do all these things and more. Here's the way. I'm going to go, right? And if you follow this way, it's a code. If you follow this way, you'll get a mindset, right? You get a gift. If you do this method, then this thing called the Holy Spirit, call it a code, call it chi, you tap into the flow state, whatever, right? Another word for a code of not knowing how the fuck I'm supernatural suddenly. Everyone knows we're in the flow, time slows down, you just like, right? So he's like, look, to get into the God flow that you just saw, it's a very narrow step because I just came, I raised the fucking dead, did everything like that. Now this one's gonna be difficult, he says. All right? But should you do it, he says, you're gonna have total peace and love. And as a poet, see what the kingdom he describes, right? Now, see that code? How's that relevant to what we're talking about? Yes, here. Ready? In this perfect poetry we just heard, in that story, she has to be under you. Otherwise, you and I cannot write the next verse properly. And this is the game of life done properly by man and woman. You can't, the rest of the poetry is going to be wrong. It's a different book than you're writing, right? So now, how are you going to get her under you? Well, here's what's interesting. If you begin to walk this righteous path, then your response will be righteous. Her unrighteous response is going to explode. So L. Ron Hubbard in Scientology said, whenever you want to fix something, you bring order to it. He says, when you bring order to it, the disorder shows up. An example of that is a person's room or house could be extremely dirty, or their car, and they don't see it. They see it, but they don't see it. We've all been there. Then they're going to have an important guest, whoever it is. So they go to bring order to it suddenly. The moment they're about to bring order, all the disorder shows up. Fuck, that's going to take longer. That's an example of that mechanical. But in relationship, in diet, in addiction, quitting, I'm going to now bring order to it. Not doing it. Suddenly the disorder will show up in my system the next day when I need it. Right? Now, what he says, L. Ron Hubbard, is instead of dealing with the disorder, just a little bit, that's dealing with the disorder, the uncomfort. He says, instead of that, continue to bring order. So, sit. And more disorder will show up. But if you keep bringing order, no matter what you go through, eventually you'll have order. So your life is out of order per this storyline that is resulting in the miracles that you want. You've been here since whenever. Now, what I used to do naturally is now supernatural. Rumi as a poet, right? He was tapped in, right? Nothing like him. But his poetry was about who? Do you know?
God?
Rumi's poetry was about who? Do you know?
Was
Who
it
was he
God?
writing? Who?
Was it God?
I'm asking you, was it? Do you know?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know for sure.
It is God. But he didn't know God, and his father was a preacher, actually, of Islam. Sufism, the mystical version of Islam, right? the ones who know the soul of the word. His father was that, and Rumi was also preaching. One day, he was a scholar. He was, everybody would listen to him. One day, there's a guy named Shams, an older guy, is in the crowd. As Rumi's speaking, Shams just says a few words and challenges him. Rumi answers him. Shams lets it go. Rumi knows the chess match was done. Checkmate. He checkmated him with one question, one move. Rumi finishes, and he goes to find Shams to talk to him. As he talks to him, Shams starts telling him about God. Rumi thought he knew about God, but Shams shows him God. Rumi quits his job, quits everything, and moves away with Shams. No one sees them. Every day he's in conversation with Shams or Jesus or who knows. We know that this man who had everything was born to a preacher, in preaching, gets challenged by an old man, stops everything, goes and lives with this man, Arash and Manu. We're all playing the story, bro. We're all playing the story. It's one story, one verse being told through every single point of view. I know it now. So as great as I feel, you can feel even though you're in that shit situation. But you're going to have to move the other direction now. But you got to know which direction. You have to know which verse to start writing from. So we're at the end of this. Now you'll see. This is the delivery room. So I don't know. Time goes by because anybody who knows when they do poetry, during poetry, it's timeless. That's why you and I can talk forever and everybody could listen. That's why AZD, me, when we talk, we talked for 9 hours the other night here. Can you believe that? No, we didn't even know. So it was not, bro, I sat here with these guys 9 hours reciting poetry from this book. Can you imagine being a group of poets that have their own words that describe one poetry, one song, and everybody has the words to describe it differently than you, but every time they describe it, it's your favorite song. So there's all these cover artists, right? Some are better, some are worse, but you still love the fucking song because you know the potential of what it could sound like because you've been singing it for a while, right? So we're doing that, and it's timeless. As you and I are talking, I keep getting this little guillotine in my head of like, cut it. Not yet, motherfucker. So, listen, but I do know it's towards the end of what I want to say. Rumi. So Shams and Rumi are in conversation for months or days. And why I say that is because you can literally be timeless. What people experience as an hour or two could be a galaxies exploding. It could be a fly being born and getting eaten in the next second for you. Right? What is that? I just thought of a poem. To find eternity in a flower. What is that? Who knows that poetry? It's an American poet. It ends with an eternity in a flower or something. No one knows this? Look up these words. Diamond Bevel, when you handle your life, however you got to do it, even if you got to move your whole fucking family to Vegas, okay? Remember we do Jedi shit, and I don't know if you were in my classes for all the lightsabers and stuff, right? Listen, I keep telling you, like I would say about Yogi Chris, now it's visible what I was talking about, the spaceship. I'm telling you right now, okay? You could be a real wizard for the good guys. Okay, it's a gift that's given to very specific people. So what does it say? No one knows the poetry. I'm probably saying it wrong. To find heaven in an hour and eternity in a flower or some shit like that. Okay, we'll see it.
See a world in a grain of sand?
That's it. Go.
Okay, it's that one. All right. Let me get the full one.
Just that last piece. Right, listen to this.
I only got a partial of the poem, but here.
What do you got?
I got you. To see a world in a grain of sand, and a heaven in a wild flower. Hold infinity in the palm of your hand, and eternity in an hour.
Thank you. That's describing the experience of living from one You can't see, measurement is made up. What am I supposed to say? 1 second? How many times can I break down 1 second inside, right? One breath. In one breath, how many times I can chop it down? It's infinite numbers, right? So in the time, I say that because I can only tell you what it would be if I sat next to Jesus for 4 earth months, what that would do to me. Because I know what 1 hour is like. I told Gio the other day, I said, man, it's been like an hour or two. I said, bro, and I mean, it was like as real as it could be. I said, in that time, you could say I've seen 5 galaxies born and destroyed in the last hour and a half. I go, that's how much experience I've had an hour and a half. That's poetry, but I have the words to describe that experience. Somebody else not having poetry would say, it felt like just forever. Thank you. Gaga, goo, goo, ba, 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 ABC rap, right? So listen to this. Rumi drops everything. Tells his dad he's wrong because his dad was the preacher and was pissed that he took off because he was taking his dad's preaching place, right? As a scholar, he was a scholar of Islam and a preacher of Islam. So one day, wherever the fuck Rumi is, he comes where him and Shams supposedly be in a cave. I don't know if that's true. And Shams is not there. And until this moment, Rumi is not a poet, but a student of Shams studying life or whatever. Shams has given him something. Rumi comes and is looking for Shams. He's given up everything in his life. Shams is nowhere. He goes into the town asking for Shams. Nowhere. He's lost his soul. Where is it? Where is it? Rumi grabs a pole like this and begins to spin. Look up and recite the most beautiful, romantic love poems that no one can touch still. So he begins to spin. That's the whirling dervishes. And if you go, they do that. That's why. He begins to spin, look up, and recite. People start coming around. What he's saying is leading them to the experience of God and spirituality more than any preacher. The rest of the time, Rumi spent in his life walking around, looking for Shams and reciting poetry about the man that gave him this love that wasn't a faggot love, but it wasn't that, it was pure love. It was like Jesus loving somebody, right? So now we have a name, Rumi, that will forever be the greatest poet until Rumi arrives again, right? So in order to achieve that level of poetry, right, he had to see the truth, and then it just came out of him without him even thinking about it. And you've been watching a poet do that in the game, right? Right. So your life is your poetry. And the poem you're writing is a very sad, devastating poem that you don't want your daughter to write. You have to change all the verses that she was conceived from. She was written in incorrectly because her mom was written in incorrectly because the father had incorrect verses and missing too many available alphabets even and words he didn't even know. He wrote a baby poem, right, where he was a master poet. And then he met Shams, right? And Shams said, you're a master poet, the greatest in IMC. I acknowledge, but you can't do what I can do. Even in poetry, we can go right now, pick any word, and we can show people some poetry. I don't want to defeat you. You already know what I'm about to say. You can pick any word, any color. You can pick any rhyme. You can pick any, you can make a sound and I'll make a beautiful poem. And at the end of it, you'll see God, right? Shams is telling Rumi, everything you're doing is wrong. Everything you're doing is wrong. But you know something I know. And when you stop doing that wrong thing, you're going to know what I know. And then you'll sit there and be shams. Because it's the same story told everywhere. When it's told right, when it's told righteously, somewhere in the storyline, some artist, some fighter, some painter, some inventor knew God. Even Tesla. He thought it was aliens. What if it was angels? He didn't say there were grays. We know grays so that we can't see angels and demons. I haven't seen one gray in my life except on TV. I've seen many angels and demons. Right? So what if in the middle of the night, it's not angels, it's not different types of aliens. There's ones that help mankind, there's ones that don't. Right? Right. There's the good ones, and the good ones normally are the white ones with the blonde hair and the blue eyes, right? And they're normally with this mantis, which is very soft, right? They're putting a veil so you can't see it even when it happens, right? Yeah. God would not send a mantis to talk to you, right? Anyways, you get it? You have the everything in you as visible by the gift God gave you, right? To hear everything I say and hear it in a way that I know only you can hear it. Even the advanced guys can't hear it because you can feel the depth of the truth that I'm saying. Because you know, if I would speak a certain way, the word as a poet wouldn't register for you the same way. Have I been on the same poetry with you from the first moment to right now if I end? Would you have heard the poem that you and I were in?
Say it again, please.
If I end what I'm saying right now,
Yes.
did you hear the poem that I started with you in the beginning? Could you see the poetry in my communication?
Yeah.
Could you feel the poetry in my communication?
Yes.
Well, of course, I know because I see it, right? So you have this gift. It's a gift. It's a gift. You can't teach it, bro. So you must be one of God's favorite children because he gave you a gift that nobody could teach in any school, right? Think about that. So don't let him down.
Okay.
Now, once you know that, ready? Ready? Because I'm about to upside down it for you. Once you know that, ready? You need to know that. And I know you know it right now. Ready? Knowing it now, you're supposed to be with her and you're supposed to have that daughter. It wasn't a mistake anymore. See that? It's just knowing that now that's his plan for you to become righteous. Now you have the right cross to bear, right? Because you're going to have to kill the old identity. I just said it was the wrong verse, bro. You have to rewrite it righteously. And in order to do that, you're going to be crucified by her and everyone. And the way, the code, the verse you have to write for that is watch how he dealt with that. He had enough verses, enough angles of communication or angels of forward motion to annihilate the people in front of him. And they kept challenging him. If your son's God, why aren't the angels coming? He goes, I'm not here for me. He's got a plan for me, right? Right? Now your life is no longer there for you. He has a plan for you. Same storyline. Now, you got to know at the end of that storyline, this diamond bevel is no longer there. All different thoughts and feelings about everything you have. Every moment has to be a gift from God. Otherwise, every single moment since I saw Shams and he showed me the verse for real, and I became truly Rumi, I always knew I was. But those are labels of the spirit of Rumi going through people. I also knew I was Hermes, and you knew I was Hermes. Everybody knew I was Hermes. That's the spirit of Hermes going through. That's the gift from God to me, right? That the messenger's message goes through this messenger at this time. in a look and a body and a location that would look ridiculous to have this much truth in. Well, don't go looking for it in the shiny objects anywhere, right? But now that I know the truth, I know just like you that I can and should go get those shiny objects. They're actually for the righteous man. They're a gift for me, not the dirty people. So then I show up to the dirtiest places and take their finest women because they're worshiping Eve. And no matter what they do, they can't seem to get near me because I know shams and they know the preacher in the street. And that preacher doesn't know the light. He's trying to talk about it. Do you hear the wind over there? Our wind? We have a beautiful wind going right now, bro. You know what that wind is? That, in this verse that I'm still speaking, is called the wind of change for you. Have you read the book, The Peaceful Warrior, The Way of the Peaceful Warrior?
No.
I want you after this to pick up that book somehow, PDF or something, and go to the chapter, The Winds of Change, and read it. And if it's exactly on verse with what we talked about, then that wind that just stopped now, listen, do you hear it? Not the same. If that chapter, but you got to go right into it, bro. You can't think about it because a good poet doesn't think about it, does he? You know, when you have to think about it, you stop the poetry just to continue the poetry inside, right? Other people don't know that. To them, it sounds different. Sometimes as a poet, you pause because you lost the poetry, but you have the language to find the poetry again, right? Isn't that nice if you know this? Look at first time someone can measure his inside as a poet. But sometimes you pause, not because you lost the poetry, because the pause is the poetry and you're still in the poetry. And they think you're thinking until you speak again. And you measure it all. And if in the end there was more poetry than little bridges to poetry, more satisfaction. But sometimes, unknowingly, spontaneously, you do it and you go, whoa, right? I live in that all the time. So, Winds of Change, Peaceful Warrior, Winds of Change chapter. Read it. If it's on verse, then in this verse, that was an angel from God confirming this. And if it's not, this is how much confidence I have. If it's not, everything I said is bullshit. Ooh, that's called fate. And I have a lot of it. Bro, that was incredible for me. There's the wind.
Yeah, thank
What do
you.
you guys? Okay, what's changed about you right now? What's the
Looking at
actual change? What?
Looking at my life as poetry.
Now, hey, now you're a master of poetry, right? Now you're a master of, don't put one verse you don't want someone to read from now on.
Okay.
Don't say, skip that one. I was unconscious right there. So this time, instead of bridging, I don't do that anymore. I lose the thought completely in the middle of talking. This is my poetry. I know the poem needs to stop there because it did. End of poem. Later, right? The poem comes back at the perfect time again. It's a poetry of your life that you're not supposed to plan, but you're supposed to be given the circumstances and as a master, know the order that makes it aesthetic and the poem you want to tell about you, her, and her, the little one. Right? And the best poem I found is that every time you tell that story, you point to Shams, who points up. We're going like this. I'm showing you Arash Dibazar's technical skills and why you were seeing and why it's supernatural, right? I'm not saying me. I'm saying it became supernatural when this story came through, right? However, just like you, I realized it was always supernatural. But as long as I was doing superpowers of superheroes, they all had limitations that I hated. But this poetry was perfect, the perfect superhero. If God became a superhero, he wouldn't nuke everybody. He would walk as a sheep and defeat them so that they know that that sheep could also be a wolf. And then they would know that the word can also be a sword. That's later for you. Purify your heart, and then I'll show you how to call angels into life. And then your daughter will walk with angels. And so will your woman, whatever that is. Right? You can call angels to them. One who has poetry sees angels everywhere and demons. And he tries to put it in, right? That's what you're seeing, the images. But they tell you it's your imagination, so you don't know what you're seeing. Well, if it's your imagination, how did you come up with it? Because you weren't thinking about it. It came to you, right? It was inspired, right? Yeah. I thought imagination is when I imagine a dragon. There it is. Imagine dragons, the whatever they are, right? I didn't imagine that dragon. I was driving, listening, then suddenly started seeing, right? And the imagery was so vivid that it moved everything inside, and God gave me a gift to symbolize it for others. Now that's an alchemist, right? The poet is the one who gives the word to the magician. He has, like Sigmond Freud tried to say this, not being a poet and being a scholar. What he meant to say was every time we go deeper into the depths of hell, Sigmund Freud, we find an idea inside the person that the poet had already seen. And we, as psychologists and psychiatrists, talking to hundreds of people and classifying, are still surprised that the deeper we go, a poet has been there already. So that poet needs to sit next to that psychologist or whoever who speaks. And every time he goes off of that verse of love, purity, forgiveness, to stop him in that word, like I do. I say, there's a better way to say that. What are you trying to say? You got to be convicted to your goals. You're only convicted to jails. Same word, same soul. People are convicted to their goals. So he tells the therapist, whoever, coach, therapist, mentor, says, don't say, hold on. What they're trying to say is not to be convicted to your goals, but to have faith in your fate. Now try that. What do you mean faith in my fate? You didn't know how you got here, right? You're still okay, right? And you've been trying to plan it, it never went right, right? That's being convicted to your goals. What he's trying to say is here's what you're saying, right? Now he's about to find out you've been where he hasn't been. He's trying to say that you've been convicted to your goals like a jail. Look, oh, well, shit. And you let go of that because there's a better word we use in poetry called faith. I can write so many poems with faith, but every time I write a word with conviction and goals, I have to bring myself down to a 3D level of living. And I don't live there. I live in the kingdom of heaven. I see poetry everywhere I go. What looks to you like a flower looks to me like a poem. She looks fine to you. She looks like something I can show you what God made, right? You're looking at her with your dick. I'm looking at her with her symmetry or movement or sound. And I'm a poet, dog. I'm a true romancer, a true charmer. I'm a true hypnotist, a true magician. I'm a true therapist. I was given a gift by God to weave words into a golden thread. D. Bazar is the definition of that as the last name. Okay. Two poets can talk forever, and all the gods and angels will show up. Even demons will show up just to listen, just to recognize they may still have a chance to know that they're not bad. So go show your evil girlfriend what it's like to be a man of God, right? Thus ends this poem.
Thank you, brother.
You're very welcome. The reference is this is read it as poetry now. Not poetry for people to enjoy. Read it as poetry. What my mentor told me, Manu, another one who showed me the light, right? There were angels in my life. I always knew it, right? The guardian angels for this man to be able to have these conversations later. I had a plan exactly for me, just like you did. I had to give up all my plans to know the plan. All my convictions, I had to go release myself of those convictions, right? All the leases to my soul that I leased to any material, I had to release those. You get it? I can have no attachment to anything physical. I'm a poet, bro. I'm a poet. I don't look at the physical. I see the invisible where you see the visible. I tell you about the invisible. Then every time you look at the visible, you see the invisible. And it's more beautiful than what you looked at. As this was a poetry of the Bible and New Testament and Jesus in poet. Two poets talking about it. So come here so that the other people in the light can hear the same poetry they're speaking to me with two people that were gifted with the word. So I can show you how powerful your gift is, not how powerful you are. Wrong word changes the verse. You get that? I don't want to show you how powerful you are, because you and I know we're not. That would be a lie. Next time, you have to shit. See how powerful you are. Hold that shit. Next time your eyes are shutting, because God says enough is enough. See how many 5-hour energies and Red Bulls and crack cocaine you could take until you die. Or shut your eyes and go to sleep. It's time to sleep, right? Next time you can't eat anymore, keep eating. So you can see what's actually going on, fatso. No, don't stop. Why did you get 2 donuts? Because you're trying to lose weight? You're not trying to lose weight. That would be 0 donuts. You wouldn't be in a donut shop. How about give them 3 dozens on me? I'm not going to eat 3 dozen. It would sound like this in poetry. I am not going to eat 3,000. What? I'm not going to eat. What am I going to do with all that? I don't know, fatso. You figure it out. All right. I'm just going to have 2. Throw that away. Here, let me have 2 more bites. Right? That's all. Right? So I don't want to show you how powerful you are, because that'd be a lie, and we would change the verse. Let me show you how powerful the gift you've been given that you don't know how you could do is, and what you're supposed to use it for. Through that, you'll see not how powerful you are, how powerful the one who gave you the gift is, how powerful the gift is, and how special you must be to somebody who gave you that gift. It must be a father somewhere, right? Because it didn't happen here. Your mom and dad weren't poets. They gave you the genes. Is there water? Uh-oh. That means I'll find it. Okay. The one thing you'll recognize, just like Rumi, you're going to have to learn to shut the doors. Otherwise, I'll keep going. Okay, so we're going to have to end this. Do you have anything to say?
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
And today's my birthday.
What did you say?
Today is my birthday. So that's a great birthday conversation.
That's a true spellbinder's gift to another spellbinder. Okay? And a lot more, bro. You know how I said you could send angels to them?
Yeah.
Get ready to see what you have with you now, okay? Because they're there now. Because I can do that, at least in this verse. Watch how your day is going to be smooth. You'll see everything you need to see. I have to go to the bathroom real quick, okay? It may take a moment. So thank you. I have to go to the bathroom and do a number 3 probably. Okay? So Yogi Chris, leader of IMC Nation, has a message for the men out there. I'll be back. And I know how you're going to feel that about.
Message for IMC Nation. The men of IMC Nation. All I can help to think is what it takes to get from where you're at to where we're at and beyond. You're in some position in life, in your condition, with your job, with your own mental, emotional condition and state, with your ambition, your discipline, physicality, all of these things that you have barriers to the next level because you have misinformation, wrong habits, and lack of leadership or a lack of a role model or somebody that can show you the way. So we're broadcasting these streams publicly and getting the word out, how AZD talks, how he teaches, what it is, what's going on here. You see, I turn the camera around, you see all the guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 guys that day after day are here. We don't get paid to do this. We're doing it because we know, I mean, it's worth it. It's worth it in so many ways, on so many levels. And when we were talking with the ministry or the Temple of Christ class yesterday, which is changing its name to the game. I guess I could talk about that. So the Temple of Christ has changed its name, by the way. I sent the flight. Everybody knows? Does anybody not know that?
I haven't looked.
Okay. Yeah. So came up with the graphic today, sent it to me. I sent it over to Ebo, and I think Ebo already sent an email that said it's called The Game. The Game. Like Neil Strauss's The Game. Even the graphic of it looks like The Game with a cross at the top. And that's what this is, because you could always go to Jesse Lee Peterson to get peace of heart and religiosity or Christ consciousness. But if you watch JLP's sermons or his church services or whatever it is, there's a lack of aesthetic to it that makes it unappealing to the highest level individuals, to the highest level artists, the biggest influencers, to the highest value men and women on earth. It's a very similar reason that you'll see a lot of the podcasters or the guys that are internet famous or whatever, Andrew Tate's or other guys that are like, big names with 1 million followers or whatever. They're not going to want to go on a stream with AZD. I'm going to do what it takes. I'll do the calls. I'll do the messages. I'll get some collaborators with AZD and you'll see. But they have way too much ego built up. They're in it for likes. They're not in it for wisdom. They're not philosophers. So you got AZD, who's pinnacle of philosophy on earth, but is it going to bring a following to those guys? And so they're not going to want to do it because they're not pursuing truth. They're pursuing likes and follows. And then it's AZD is an anomaly when it comes to this sort of thing, because it's guys that are at his level, quote, on social media influence or whatever, are not as world-class as he is. If you're world-class, you could be world-class ping pong player. I bet the best in the world ping pong player has a bigger following than AZD. I mean, we could look it up. So The Game is the new program. What's appealing about this is The Game, the mastery of male-female dynamics, and what AZD is bringing and what we're all bringing as messengers of that and apostles of that is the peace of heart, the peace of mind, and the aesthetic sense to make it so cool. It's just the king of cool and adaptability and the ability to communicate in a way that the social dynamics has allowed for us to be masters of communication with family members, with the youth, with the elderly, with all walks of life, because that is what's necessary for mastery of the social dynamic. And that's what The Game is going to be about. So there are guys that got put off by the daily mentorship because it became Temple of Christ, Christ consciousness. There's been these eras that, when AZD was AD and he came out with Zapar, lost a lot of, quote, students. Then when became pro-Trump in 2020, lost a lot of, quote, students. Trump 2024. You know what I'm saying? Biden 2024.
You'll make the right decision.
That's right. And then when it became Temple of Christ, lost some students. They just get turned off by the name, not realizing or not really ever following closely. Because why did I never get put off by the name? Because the essence of what I was here for was way beyond the name or some label or a demon or Christ or whatever. Like the essence of what's being taught and the practicality and the results just superseded all that stuff. Those are artistic labels that, portray what AZD is going through. But the essence of the game, communication skills, inner mastery, which develops into spiritual mastery, and all of that was, always present for me. So now we went through this Christ consciousness phase, which isn't leaving, but that was what the label, the package of was for like 5 or 6 weeks or whatever we were going through it. And now it's moving on into the game, back into that arena without losing the evolution that we've gone through, but now giving it back to the world, packaging it, advertising it, selling it, broadcasting it, giving the results of the game that everybody wants and bringing them to this. And that's what's happening right now. That's my news update.
Right on. Thank you. All right, back to our business. This is our business.
I got one.
Yeah, Gio.
Game related for sure.
Yeah, a question game related.
Yeah, it's question.
This man knows how to talk to women. You guys should know that. He can talk to women very, very well. In fact, let me look online right now. I mean, I don't see everybody, but whoever I see, he's better than you at talking to girls. So let's see what his question is.
So before the question, it was a relation what you said earlier.
Yeah.
It was like what is it? Do you guys not know what you want, or are you
Sorry again, brother.
the first revelation? It started with
First what?
the first revelation I had earlier. Yes,
Yeah.
that I had earlier is when you were talking to us. Like, do you not know what you want,
Yeah.
or are you a coward?
Yeah.
And I was looking inside this. I had both.
You got both what?
Both of being a coward and not knowing what I want.
Isn't that amazing?
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Because I
never looks at it,
exactly never looked at it.
right? The language to say that in that moment hasn't been done. Otherwise, you would see it quickly like you did, right? What the fuck?
And so getting that patheticness out of the way, are there pretty women that I do want? And so when I look deeper and I see, okay, there's the question. And damn, this is okay. This is really pathetic, but this I can't see. I need you to help me out to see the righteous or the right proper way of a man in this situation.
So the best way to do that, Joe, is to say it as accurately as you can in 3D words right now.
Exactly. So this would be at the strip club. This happens to be in many ways the way the strippers, because we all know the girls are into coke, and when they come to me, it's like you're like, man, Joe, do you have some coke?
They ask you that.
Yes.
Let me stop right there.
Wow.
I haven't been asked that in a very, very long time. Okay, just so you know. So just stop. Have you been? No. We go all the time. Now that already, boom, something is different. What do you think about that? Let's stop right there. See where it stopped making sense? Because the same men that go actually more than you, have more interactions, is not our experience. So let's stop right there. Yeah, it is interesting. What do you just looking at that for you without thinking about it? When that happened, what happened? Did you think something? What the fuck? Or did
I thought it was like everyone. I thought everyone went through this. It's like everyone smoothly passes through this. Like, but me, I'm like compromised right here, man.
well, you are because you're having that experience.
Yeah.
You are as within, so without. There is a reason we're not having that experience, right? So what do they ask you?
In Spanish, it's like perico. Do you got perico? Perico is your coke. It's coke.
What's the name?
Perico.
That's slang. They call that slang.
Equal, yeah.
What does that mean?
Bird. In English, it's like bird, but it's just slang.
It's not. Does it sound or mean something?
It's like a code word for drug.
Yeah, little bird. Little bird.
It translates.
Is a perico. Yeah. So that's what they're saying. Parakeet.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I said no, and I said no, but it's always like, man, I get so horny in perico. I guess if you can help me find some, I'll be so turned on. Because I'm looking around for perico, and they're I'm constantly being shoved right there, and I just don't know how to respond righteously, because I say, oh, that's good, and I honestly have this deep wanting, like coke will end up in my pocket eventually, and I will bring it to the girl just for the promise of sex. He's promising sex through coke, because it's so smooth, it's so fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
You see that right now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And what if it wasn't Coke and she wanted $2,000?
$2,000.
Yeah. That's too much.
I see.
You'll be,
Yeah, 80, 100 bucks.
$1,000.
no, 80, 100
Bucks. Because I paid for $100 for sure.
So 80 or 100 bucks for her to become sexual or have sex? Because she wants Coke
Yeah.
to get sexual, not have sex. She's saying it makes me horny, it makes me sexual. She's not saying I'm gonna have sex with you. Do you hear that or not in that conversation?
Not right there. Later on, she gets more into it for sure.
Right. But when she says to you these words, so you become conscious of what she's saying. She's saying to you, do you have parakeet? And you go, let's say you don't question parakeet and you go, you know it's Coke, right? And then you say, no, whatever, blah, 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 right? She says, yeah, because Coke makes me horny and, I get turned on. I want to have sex afterwards. She says that. Do you hear that as, if you give me Coke, I'm going to be horny for you and have sex with you later? Is that what you're hearing? Because she didn't say that.
She didn't say it for sure.
She says,
yeah.
Coke makes her horny. Now, she may have a boyfriend.
Definitely.
Right? I have a girlfriend that dances there. You know that?
Yes.
So what if another guy gives her Coke? She gets horny on him, knowing if you've ever dated any of them, it's impossible for them at that point, just so you know. So he's getting what he wants, but not really, because he's going to start paying more. Because now he thinks she might have sex with him. Right?
Right.
She may have sex with him. She may not. Right? But we're not at sex yet. He's still in the strip club. She's still working. Now, the next step is, what time do you get off? Now he's got to go, if I get home at this time, and he's going to say, what time are we leaving? And then he's going to plan, not telling everybody whatever it is he's thinking, right? Now imagine this situation. He sits back. Okay, so we're leaving at that time. He starts planning out the time. If I get home, wake up, is there a way I can miss my wake up? No, I can't do that. AZD would kill me. Good thing he's here. Okay. So then, all right, let me see. I want to leave now. But wait. So when you get off, I'm going to call you. Do you want an Uber? Are you coming with it? But the guy will start checking her commitment level to it, right? Am I right or am I wrong so far?
Right, for sure.
Right. Something similar. I'm telling you, one thought leading to another thought into it. It's like a food leading the animal, right?
Right.
But he's sitting here and he's looking at the next dude, and maybe the next dude's natural, just having a conversation, having a good time. And the natural dude would say something to him like, having a good time. He's like, yeah, we're having a great time. He also saw her grinding on him or whatever. She likes you. Yeah, he has a secret now that he's keeping here. He's starting to shrink and get nervous. But he still got to make sure she's around and she's committed. Got to get her number, but there's an anxiety about it. Now, do you know she knows all of this about that guy and she can know it every second what he's doing? Do you know she knows this happens?
I didn't know that for sure.
You know, you wouldn't be the first guy she said that to before? Do you know you're the next guy she said that to?
No.
Oh, wait, actually, no, not in that part.
You know, after you, she'll say that to another guy, and then tomorrow, repeat. Do you think she's having sex with all those guys? You know, that's what she gets Coke from guys at the strip club. Do you think all the people that gave her Coke, she fucked?
No.
No. Then if she did, she charged them. And it wasn't $100. Not in Vegas. Right?
Right.
But now the guy has given his Coke, changed his time, changed his plans. He wasn't going to spend 500, but fuck. Just come over 500 then. But his buddies are cool, except the other one is doing some similar shit. Get it?
Yeah, I do.
Boy, he's going so wrong. The best case scenario that he was wishing for, that he sold so much of his integrity for, integrity points in the game, right? He sold his honor points. Yeah, it would be that, right? If he gets exactly what he wants, right? After work, if she takes off early, it'd be around 1 or 2 maybe. I mean, that's like not real here, but let's just say she'll get around 2 or 2:30. If he does have a wake-up time, and he's going to be held accountable for by the group, he's going to have to wake up early or miss it. He's either going to pay, but not enough energy. I don't barely, body barely, I don't have enough time to sleep, right?
Right.
But I'm energized. I'm not suffering. He's going to be suffering for sure. He's also going to be having sex at that time with a person that doesn't like him. If he gets exactly what he wants, she'll show up. If it's our group, again, you can have to leave, or he has to sneak her out. I mean, bro, he's about to have that great sex that he's been fucking up his entire night and life for. And she's not going to like him.
Exactly.
If he wants to have sex with her again, he's got to go back with more coke and more money. He is a very bad person now, right?
Right.
If she ends up having sex with him and she goes away, the next day he has to face everybody. So you better leave the group, or hide, or be quiet, or don't speak, or be dark, right?
Of course.
Yeah, but it doesn't end there because he wants to text her. Also, when he goes to that strip club, like he now has secret on secret on secret, and he needs to leave, or he needs to just stop, right?
Right.
And the code in this book says you can't worship two gods. Well, this is what that means. You can't make that decision of evil and then expect good. You're going to get what you want, bro. And if he doesn't get it that night, he got closer. So the next night he goes to the strip club. He's looking actually for that girl. Are you ready now?
Ready.
Would it be true that if it got close, and then she flaked at the end? Something happened to her phone. Whatever. You don't hear from her. He's going nuts. Or she shows up. I don't give a fuck. All I know is that's how he got what he wanted, right? And he didn't get it any other way. He's going to want that again, maybe next day, maybe 10 days. That's how he got it. He has no other way. So he's got to go back now. Ready? Here's this. He's got to go back looking for the one who would want that. Because that's how he gets sex. He might suddenly get approached and others don't. Because that's the only way he knows how to get that over there. Right?
Right.
He's looking for that, not knowing it. He would show up to the next strip club looking for the girl who wants to do coke. You see that? And he'd be missing everything now. He's nervous. He's got it in his pocket or in his asshole, wherever he can. That's why you got to watch the company you keep. That's why I keep kicking people out, and I will. Bro, if you're in that car that you drive with me, can you testify that I will kill you if you fuck around? Can you tell these guys, is this true? No, anybody who's going to ride with me at night in that space is going to have to die. Do I mean that?
Yeah, man.
Be ready to be cut out of my entire life if you fuck up in that space. Right?
Right.
Be ready to be cut out, like, of everything without a second chance. Good thing there's a leader of IMC Nation called him. I'm not the leader, I'm the founder. Okay? Captain Chris is officially the leader of IMC Nation. Right? He's officially the leader of every man that follows AZD as of now, because I know he's righteous. That's why I freely give the camera and anything to him. Two righteous men never have to worry about anything. I know for sure that he knows what's good and bad. Now, I could be wrong, right? But I got to go with what I know. I know for sure he knows right and wrong. I know for sure he doesn't want to hurt one soul, that if he moves wrong, he'll correct himself, and I don't got to say nothing to him. Maybe a reminder. Maybe he missed it. But it wouldn't, I don't have to handle him. I know that for a fact now, right? So he's the leader. Now I'm still the founder, right?
Right.
Okay. I guess that was the announcement I wanted to make like that, because I don't even know how that fuck came out. Something had to do with that. But are you having any realizations? I'm talking about the guy who eventually, the only way he knows how to get sex is walking around as within, so without.
Yeah, I definitely feel
Right. So the moment I asked and nobody else had that experience, I knew something based on the codes of everything, not just this. I have all their tongues. I knew as within, so without. I knew that a person, when I worked in Scientology, by doing an out ethics on one activity, their ethics goes out, that on that activity, I'll see manifestations in their life that I don't see someone with that part not blind.
Yeah.
You get that? So in every book I've ever decoded, every messenger I've ever heard, I knew the moment that this was this, and that's why we have to be around righteous people. Now imagine, in IMC, we had coke dealers coming out with us in the club, and I knew about it. Right? One of the guys offered coke to a girl. She came to me and asked me for coke. That doesn't happen. I was like, no. He goes, oh, you don't do it? I said, none of us do it. She starts laughing. She goes, yeah, you do. I was like, no, we don't. This was at that place we don't go to anymore. I don't like it. No, Rhino. Hippo. Oh, the fuck, you go to a Hippo anyways? To see strippers. There it is, right there. Right? I mean, the fact that we go to Peppermint Hippo to look at girls, even though that they're fine, it's like, well, I'm not change your fucking name, bro. It's ridiculous, right? Anyways, she says that to me, and I'm like, who? But in ridicule, like, you lying piece of shit. She laughs again. She goes, oh, you know. But I'm not registering. She's lying, but she must be lying. So I go. Remember, I don't know if you've been to that place with us. We're sitting like this. I was sitting. Yeah, I was here. And I go, our group ends right on that guy sitting on top of that. When I say that, you know how I am. My perception, he's involved, but she hit it. I could tell. So I noted him. And I said all that. She skipped him. And I know why now. No, not him. I'm looking in my mind. There was a guy sitting over there. I'm over there, bro. I'm not here right now. I'm showing you what I saw so I could deliver this moment to you. She skipped him. You know why? Smooth looking dude. Doesn't want to throw him under the bus. He has more value than the booger looking thing. So she goes, that booger looking guy. I go, oh, him. Pull back. Oh, he has some? Yeah. He told me he can get me some because my contact is not giving me any. So he said, if I can't find anywhere to go to him, he'd give me a good price. Oh, okay, cool. Well, I don't have any, but now I know Booger has some. Right? At some point, I get Booger next to me, and we start talking about the strip club, this. And I ask certain questions, and then it comes out that he has something on him. I said, don't ever do that around here again. Do it any other time, but you compromise. This is a private conversation like this on the couch. Got it? As I'm saying, the girl walks up. I said, perfect. He's ready for you. Sit. I turned to him and I said, give her exactly what you told you were going to give her. He's like, I said, he's going to give you a good price. Do it. Right? Did a little deal wherever the fuck they did it. And I said, don't ever do that shit again. He had that in his mind. You understand?
Yeah, I do.
He's going to attract that. Do you have that on your mind when you go? Deep somewhere in hell 7, 6.
Oh, for sure.
And that's what's coming to you. Are you a righteous man?
Yeah, righteous man.
That's a wrong thing to do.
It is.
Do you need to do anything about it? It's done? That's why you sit here and that's why you drive that car. Congratulations. See that's how wrong things are solved for a righteous man. You don't have to go now, the next time. It's just wrong, bro. Now, what happens if the idea comes? Now you know it's wrong and it's not you. It's a thought. If it comes up again, you might be there and you might get approached. Good. You got to go through all communication lines and be righteous again. So that they know that guy's dead. Now when she asks, oh, blah, 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 it's not going to happen. You're going to hear what she said. And you're not there to correct her. You're fucking, what is that? Right? Now I'm going to be you. You're going to be the girl. But I can't speak in Spanish right now. So you're going to be the girl. And you're going to make it very difficult for Gio. Got it? I don't want you to like make it difficult for me to answer. Here we go. I'm sitting down. Hi, how you doing? How's your night? Yeah, I'm having a good time celebrating with my friends. Yeah. Would you like something to drink? Blah, blah. Go on. Ask me for it. Go. Make it difficult in a way that would be difficult for me to say no. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go.
Hey, Daddy, you got some Perico?
Hey, Daddy.
Well, maybe it's a really pig slut. To be a massive pig slut if you got some coke.
Whoa. We're playing. I'm in it. Okay. My answer. Start again, because now would be disingenuine. I'm just letting you know I'm in it as I'm responding. Okay. Whatever I say next, I'm the guy. I'm Gio.
Okay.
Unless I say, okay, you got it, Gio? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I wasn't saying, well, what are you? Because I'm in it and it's going to look like I'm talking to you. And I am talking to you as Gio, you're a girl. You understand?
Yes.
I'm fully authentic in my communication. All right. Go ahead. So I'm responding now to you. Go. So yeah, we're celebrating, and this is a nicotine spray. This is it's like smoking, but not. Yeah, you can try it if you like. Yeah, if you like some food, have some. You know.
Do you have some Perico? Oh man, I'm such a pig slut under Perico.
What's pretty?
It's coke.
Like cocaine?
Yes.
No.
You want to see me get down and dirty?
A strip club. Of course, I want to see you down and dirty. Is that what you dance here? Yeah, get down and dirty. How much is the dance? How much you charge for a dance?
$25.
You dance dirty?
That's
Dirty, but it gets really wild if you have Perico.
I don't know wild dance. Is that jumping around? All right. What do you mean wild?
I get really wet. Like
Where?
my pussy, you get really wet in the pussy down there.
Here? At work? At work?
Yeah, it works.
You got wet at work? Okay. How's that? You got wet? Like your pussy gets wet while you dance on the men here? Oh, wow. Coke does that for you? Is that better when you dance like that? You make more money?
Oh yeah, I have a good time.
Make a lot more money.
Because they like your pussy wet because they think they did it.
That's
So when the guy gives you Coke in here and your pussy gets wet, he thinks you like him. That's why you get more money? Is that why you get more money?
Definitely.
yeah, that's why.
That's crazy. This is a dirty ass place. Yeah. But no, I don't have any Coke, but I get why people will give you Coke. Those guys are like chumps, huh? Are they?
Yeah, they're definitely chumps.
Right? Do you like them? Dirty, huh? Let me ask you a question. So guys come to a strip club, already you're naked dancing on them, doing everything. And then they want to give you Coke. So you get dirtier? And they think you like them? Dude, every man here is a pussy who does that shit. Go on, girl. She's becoming righteous. She's getting it. But it's the truth. But I was only responding to what I was hearing. If you do it again, do it again. Give me new words. Find another way to say that to get Coke from me. Now, watch the answer. It will still be perfect because I'm just responding to you with the truth. I'm not thinking you should or shouldn't. I'm telling you what I'm hearing and responding to what I'm hearing. It's fascinating, actually. I just learned something from her. I also have a weapon in my pocket against any unrighteous man around me. I know something about them from her, right? So
Right.
So yes, this would be the time to try again now.
Dude, this is sick.
Sick in both terms. Yes, it is. It's sick how dope I'm doing it. That's sick and it's disgusting. Go on. Let's try again. That's an amen of this church. That's a girl saying, amen.
Really? I
Amen.
like this.
What? Hey, Christina, you're unmuted. I don't know if you're talking to us or you just looked at
Oh,
something.
I am so sorry.
Look at that. The timing of her saying that. Right? It's all the time. Listen, good and bad are always around you talking to you. Right? So if I was going to give you a language that would make it more clear, all around you are good and bad spirits. Okay? And they're always talking at the right time, giving you the answer. And Lao Tzu knew it in the Tao, right? He was just a wandering man that was in perfect harmony with the Tao, the way. And he couldn't describe it. He starts his book and says, whoever could talk about this thing I'm experiencing, whoever speaks about it doesn't know about it. Then he writes 81 pages about it. But if you read those 81 pages, every time you read it, you're blank. It's very difficult to remember that book. Why? Because he's pointing to spirit with words. You can't see spirit, man, right? So there's good and bad spirits that you can't see, maybe. You definitely hear them in your thoughts, you feel them in your body. You see them in other people's faces and their movement. That guy's safe, that guy's not safe, that guy's angry. You see it. You feel it in their feelings when you're around them. That guy's dark. So it's perceptible in so many different channels to you when there's a good and a bad in front of you and someone's feeling it or moving it or talking it or spitting it or sounding it. It's all there in the moment. Make the good choice every time. It's there. It's a dual universe once you're in it. Call it 3D, right? Move towards not, see? You don't want to move towards the one that you're supposed to do because people are supposed to do that because they're all wrong. You want to go towards the middle one that you're not supposed to do or you're supposed to do, but in that moment, for that moment is right. So there's no rule. And if there's one rule, then love something greater than yourself that is pure love, pure perfection, pure spirit, no evil. Love that with all your mind, heart, and soul over everything else, over your girl, your money, your friends, your mom, dad, man against woman, father against daughter. I'm here for that. If you can just do that, right? Then by loving that truth or virtue as above everything else, then you don't make the right or wrong decision. You make the one that fits in line with that is higher than you. You have to see it higher than you. Because here, there's no perfection. And we know there's got to be at least an idea of it. If there's any idea, then it should be big enough to be able to describe what we would think is God or imagine as God. And that idea has got to be really, really big so that you and I can't even think about it and go, it must be there. It must be loving. It must be perfect. If that's true, and I was created from it, I should follow that pattern. And that guy followed that pattern, and I follow that pattern, you follow that pattern. And what you're saying, that Coke thing, it goes against that pattern because it destroys living. Yeah. Right? And you're not that, right? Easy. I'm saying that kind of for everybody else, actually. I know you got it way long ago. That's incredible, right? Amazing. Right on. Thank you. Ooh, Gio. All right. What do we got? Anybody online?
We got Dom.
Dom Arona.
Yo, what's good? You guys hear me, see me?
Yeah, what's up? Look at Jersey
What's
Shore.
going on?
We all thought Jersey Shore. What's up, bro?
Shoot, nothing. I just seen you on TikTok. Want to come on here, you speaking the truth. Want to get stuff out of you, learn stuff from you. Feel me?
Let's do it, bro. What are you talking about?
Hey, what's good with this camera, though? This shit inverted or what?
Hey, bro, you look great. You really do. You look like
Hey, you look great, too. I appreciate it, bro.
Thank you.
But yeah, I wanna learn how to just articulate my words, like thoughts to words, feel me? And like all aspects of life, like business.
Hold on, let's start right there because that's everything right there. Okay, when you're about to communicate an idea, right? So
Yep.
let's say I'm going to communicate about this idea. This is like a Vaseline, right?
Okay.
Let me show you what will happen. Let me show you the different ways, right and wrong, you can see. one way I can do it is to be taught how to talk about this. I should describe its color. I should say the size, texture, and let's say I'm going to give more and more techniques.
Like saying
how
uncap the body.
yeah, what are some ideas you could give me to make me be able to articulate this better, so that because I'm an advertiser. You know how if you've seen Wolf of Wall Street, right?
Well, get this. Yeah, I get this.
Okay, sell this. They tell me, sell this Vaseline. Now let's say we already established, because the first question is, do you need Vaseline or not? Yes, I do. Okay, now they say in the sales class, he wants Vaseline, Arash, AZD, whatever her name, this guy, take this and articulate it so that they see the value in it. Because we don't want to just articulate it. I want them to want it. I don't want to just articulate my thoughts, and once they're done articulating as a fucking professor, everyone leaves and goes, God, we're glad we're out of that fucking articulating asshole. Right? You've been like, and then articulate every fucking Bible and every book. Fuck, when is this shit over? Stop articulating, motherfucker. And start communicating, motherfucker. Now, I can articulate about this, or I can communicate about this. So I don't know how to sell shit, but I do want to tell you.
Question.
I do want to tell you. Hold on, I'm showing you. Instead of telling you, I'm showing you.
Okay.
Instead of trying to convince you of this, which is convicting you to an idea that's convinced, okay? I am going to do something else, okay? I'm going to really see, for me, why this. And I'm going to tell you, it's small and all that, but the reason is that when I put chapstick on, right, it feels like wax on my lips. So there's something wrong with that. Knowing there's something wrong, that this feels like something, I one day looked up what's in chapstick, because I did that. And in it is petroleum and things like that, that when you look up those words, what they result in is chapped lips, which is interesting, because if you look up what's in diet drinks, they cause you to get fat, which is very interesting, because when you look at what's in antidepressants, they cause you suicide. So it's actually consistent with everything else. So I shouldn't fucking care about it. I should just go, why I use this one. When I use this one, this shit works. And I live in Vegas. And since I've been here, bro, my lips are so chapped that my girlfriend see me. One of them always says, your lips are chapped. And then get used to it. It's
you gotta
cracking.
get your diet right. You gotta get your nutrition right, your hydration.
Nah, what I'm doing is showing you how to authentically communicate instead of articulate your words. To articulate your words, you have
All
to
right, then
control
how do you be more authentic?
Yeah, I'm
with,
showing
in
you.
tune with.
I'm showing you. You go to your experience of it, and you tell me your true experience of it without trying to make me like it. Now you're authentic. Don't worry about how I think about it. Tell me what is going on. And
or how do you be authentic with just people, just like just everybody you come across, like even like me and you talking, we never talk. Like how do you just
am I authentic with you right now? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Great. So it's not difficult. Okay, now I'm going to not be authentic with you, but I'm going to do this job again inauthentically and still tell you the truth. Well, here's the thing, bro. To communicate,
or how do you beat nerves? How do you beat nerves and anxiety?
You're not listening. See, I'm showing you, and you're looking for words to explain it. It's in front of you.
All right, I'm watching.
You're asking me how to dribble while I'm dribbling. And you go, how do you dribble? I'm like, I've been dribbling. You asked me how to be authentic. I'm authentic right now. I'm showing you how to articulate about this by communicating about it. But you're looking for words because the words have made you miss what's in front of you. So the word that here's some words that show up when a fine woman shows up. Here are some words that enter every man, right? Damn, look at her ass. There's a word inside. You hear it, You feel it. Tits, face, ready? Words. Now the rest of them are going to be internal sexual words. While on the outside, he's saying other stuff. He can no longer be authentic. No matter how he twists his tongue to articulate words, he is having certain here, saying something else. So what he's asking is, how do I get this without saying this? And there's no way to be authentic or to truly communicate or to articulate if what's in here is not willing to be shared out here. You're a prisoner in here, and you look
Yeah.
free
So
to speak.
how do you break free? How do you break free from that? Like, that's what I have
Great,
trouble with, you know?
great question.
Feel me?
Great question. You realize that you're living your life when no one knows. That could be in front of someone. I could be in front of everybody right now with this thought. I could have a thought. That man is fine. I want to suck his dick. I could have that thought sitting here and teach with that thought in my heart and my head. Got it? If I have that thought that you can't know about freely, okay? At that moment, because I violated something righteous, it's wrong to think that of another man. It's disgusting. It's absolutely filthy to think of another man in a lustful way as a man. There's no words. It's Despicable Me. It's all those fucking shows for kids. Got it? I know
agree.
that. I know that. You know that. But you have to be politically correct because you're in a room and go, wow, you know, everyone, he's gay and he thinks you're cute. Thank you. So I like your tattoos. Hold on. Hold on. I have nothing against you, but I'm a man. And you said I'm cute and you're gay. Right? And since I'm going to speak in my heart all the time, I don't even know what's in your heart when you come up and ask about my tattoos, when you're a gay man, right? And you know I'm not gay, and I took your compliment, thank you. Not in a way like a girl, like, all right, that's weird, thank you very much. All right, that's like someone
That's
saying
happened to
you,
me before too. That's happened to me. A gay dude.
This translates to this. Ready?
All
Damn,
right.
bro. Hold on, watch. This also happens to you. Damn, bro. Your girl is fine. You're lucky. Right in front of you is the same spirit that says, he's gay. He thinks you're cute. It's a violation. It's not a compliment of another man in front of that woman and his man to go, you're lucky. She's beautiful. Take good care of her. You're very lucky, right? She's a good one. All right. You know that's a violation. Now, you don't want to punch him because he's a piece of shit. You
How
don't
do
want
you
same way.
dismantle him with words?
No, you don't answer him with words. You answer him with your heart.
Dismantle.
No, not mental, with your heart.
How do you dismantle him with your words?
How do you dismantle him? Good.
Yeah, like without in a calm, like Bruce Wayne type of way. Feel me?
All right, say it. I'm with one of my girlfriends and we're role playing, okay? We're role playing.
All right.
And I want to be a sneaky guy, you know, that sneaky compliment, and give it to me, respond to you, and then truly respond back and be a little bit more of a dick if you like, and challenge me in a way without fist fighting to trigger emotions. Okay, now at some point in this conversation, one of us is going to start violating the environment. What I mean by that is, if the conversation continues and it becomes in a way that other people get uncomfortable easily,
let's go.
That person loses the match in this chess game, because now they're in violation of others. Got it? So you and I are going to have a conversation in front of others where you turn to me and go, bro, without even looking at her because you're so respectful, right? You turn to me and you say, bro, you're lucky. She's a good one for you, right? She's your type. I know what you like. She's a 10, right? As a compliment, she's there. She acts righteously. She doesn't even acknowledge it. She doesn't know you're there. But you attack like that, all right, in our group. And I am going to handle it until it gets too uncomfortable for someone in the group, okay?
All right, so I'm
to
the
go.
dude. All right.
Hey, Batata, do everything you can imagine, even for love. Okay, don't hold
All right,
back.
let's see what I could cook up. Let's see what I could cook up.
Here
All
we
right.
go. We're chilling. We're watching some fights or something.
We're at the round table. Some shit. Yep. All right. All right. What's your name? What's your name?
My name is the girl or me? Because you're not talking about girl. You're gonna
You.
me compliment her as a as a sneaky guy that does that, right? So my name is Arash.
Okay, Arash. Damn, Arash, your girl bad, bro. You're lucky you got her. She's a dime piece. You're a lucky man. I don't shoot.
Brother, let me
Yeah.
hey, let me tell you. You're right. She's not looking at you, by the way. I'm now answering you. Brother, you're more right than
I
you
think
know.
she should be with me though.
Oh no, now
I
that
think
would be
I think I
no, that would be a violation of the man. Nah, you lost. You lost. You're gonna have to make me violate to you. You lost.
Nah, you can't
say
hit
that 'cause we
first.
fight.
You can't hit first. Come on, man.
I won't. But if you did that and there was men here, they would start to actually get up and get near you. We're not hitting because that's a violation.
Oh yeah. All right. Rewind. All right.
We're a bunch of friends in quotes, and one friend actually wants to fuck my girl and be respectful to me. That's what. If you had
I know
said
different scenario. All right. So we're walking, me or you and the girl walking, right? And then I come up like this and we meet and I stop you. I shake your hand. I say some sneaky shit.
Wait, because I don't just shake hands when a man walks up. So you walk up to me, how do you greet me? Because I don't give my hand. There's no reason to give my hand to a stranger.
I don't know what to say, bro, because I don't know what to say
If he
to.
gives me his hand, I can kill him. If
Let me
I'm
be.
training martial arts, listen, bro. No, you got to know this because I know where you are. Listen, if I shake hands with you and I grab your hand, I can kill you, just so you know. I have enough martial arts, and you could, right now, in the state you are, I'm 47, you can be whoever you are. If you and I shake hands, I can kill you. I really can. I have enough skills.
What move would you do? What move would you do? Show me right now.
So, take my hand, you walk up, right? You see me with my girl. I don't give my hand for the reason I just told you. You could also kill me because you might be more skilled than me, but I know I can kill you. So my hand is not coming up. We're passing each other. It happened the other day at TJ Maxx with my girlfriend who's online. She can vouch for it. Ready?
All right, bet.
Light up and stop me. I didn't shake his hand though. Okay, so now you're going to shake or stop me as I'm walking. Go.
All right, what's good, Rashad? Or Ashra, what's your name?
What's that?
Can you not hear me?
He said, "Is your name Rashad?" And then he said,
Arash. Arash, what's up, bro?
Arash.
What's up, bro?
All right.
You're gonna fist me or if I do this and you're like this, are you gonna keep that or are you gonna fist me right now?
If I what you say it again?
You say, "Hey, what's up, man? What's your name, Arash?" I go, "Hey, how you doing?" And you go, "You didn't hear me?" I said, "No, I didn't hear you." You go, "What's your name?" I go, "Arash." Your hand is still out politely, and I do bring my hand out, and I go, "What's up, bro?" Bum fist.
Yeah,
What do you do now?
that's L. That's an L. So yeah, I put it down and then all right, I put it down.
Hold on. Are you gonna put your hand down? Are you gonna say, "Shake my hand"? Or are you gonna bump my fist? Which one?
Bump fist.
I already won the game, guys. You offered this, I offered you the fist. That's okay. We can bump. What's up, Arash? What's your name, bro? We're in the conversation. What's your name, bro?
Oh shoot. My name's Don, bro.
I want you to know, because I'm with my girl, you're gonna feel this at the end of my bump, bro. Watch. You're gonna feel a little bit of a joke because I'm gonna bump, I'm gonna give you a 1-inch punch, and you're gonna feel it, and you're gonna question whether I did it or not. I'm gonna look right in your eyes with my tattoos that say, "Fuck you in war," and I'm with my girl, and I look like this, and you offered your hand with a smile, showing you my fangs, with my teeth, smiling, going, "What's up, bro?" And as we go, I just give you one of these. How you doing, man? Now continue the conversation, brother.
But I don't know, bro. I can't give you the good scenario, bro. Let me be the one with the girl. You walk up on me so I can practice.
And why would I walk up on you? What do I want from you?
Now you gotta roll. I don't want nothing from you, so you gotta role play for me now.
I know, but I wouldn't walk up to you as a man. Why would I walk up to you? I've already defeated you in your question.
Or just like some dude that knows you or something.
I wouldn't.
Some
Okay,
dude
so I'm your friend.
Yeah, like not like a friend, but you like know each other.
Good. If I saw you with your girl, I would just be like, "What's up, bro?" That's it. You're with your girl, bro.
No, that's not it.
All right, then give me another one. I wouldn't violate you with your woman to walk
Like
up
trying
to
to
you.
trying to be sneaky. Like you popped out at a party. It's like so you popped out at a party with this bad bitch, and some
Okay.
dude want to walk up on you. Like it's like
You
I'm
do
in
it.
Tucson area.
You be that guy because I'm not that guy, and that's why I'm trying
I'm
to
not
teach
that
you.
guy either.
Well, then what's up? Well, then deal with that guy righteously, like I did. So if your
But
question
how?
was, I just
No, I
showed
already
you.
know how. But like, how do you deal with like the thoughts of like people thinking of like the opinions of other people? Like when you're just doing like this, you feel me?
Good, good. That's a good question,
And
right?
not caring what you say. Like, how do you be comfortable
That's a great question.
around
That's a
any
great.
person,
I got the
your
question.
family? Because even sometimes
I
I
got
can't
it.
even be myself
Listen,
around family.
listen. I got it.
Bruh,
The question
crazy.
is, how do you not care about other people's opinions, right? Is that the
Mhm.
question? That's it. That's the question. So how does
Yeah.
one not, how do I, let me speak from me. How do I not care about another person's opinion? Well, that's first of all, very general because my dad, my father, Earth, the guy who, my dad, he's around. When he gives me an opinion, I do care about his opinion, right? I don't care
Yeah, of
about
course.
yours at all.
How do
At
you
all.
manage the opinion?
I don't need to manage their
How do
opinion.
you be
They need to manage their opinion. I can tell you whose opinions I care about what subjects.
all
Like
right,
my
like
dad
how do
cannot
you
advise me on jujitsu, and he wouldn't.
yeah.
But he could advise me as a son like this. When I see you do jujitsu, I know that your heart's not in it because you're my son. What's going on with jujitsu? That is a conversation. Not he can't tell me as my dad, you should go harder in jujitsu, or he was stronger. You don't know jujitsu, and he would never do that. So his opinion in the context of who he is matters. Now, my jujitsu coach, Batata, shout out to Sandro Batata. If he tells me anything outside of jujitsu, I don't care about his opinion outside of jujitsu. He's there as my mentor in jujitsu, right? So every person in relation to the present time moment, you don't know where to go with it, just like he didn't, because something in the environment, you said it, takes you to your thoughts, and you start thinking about what to say, and you're asking that. I'm showing you, you don't have to think about what you say. You just have
You
to
just flow.
know you. You have to know yourself, bro.
How do you do that? How do you do that? How do I get there?
Welcome to my world, right? I teach game to men. What does game mean? How to play the game of life with the goal. There's a goal here, but that's not a jail. Because if you reach it righteously, and then you'll see it wasn't even a goal. It was like the way to be to get a reward that you want. It's not a goal, right? You act as a man in every situation, as I'm doing right now, okay? And you shall get the rewards that a man should get. Now, since we haven't had real men around us, we never saw the rewards of a real man. A rapper ain't a real man. Jersey Shore ain't a real man. Arnold Schwarzenegger is a faggot. They're all faggots. Why? Because they started becoming this more than this. They became this more than that. This mattered more than taking time in quiet to find out who they are. And now they walk around with a lot of muscles and money, and they can't even, like you, they can't even have a conversation, because the conversation would have to be about the muscles or whatever they're good at. And in that conversation, because they don't know how to talk to a person, they can only relate information and argue. They don't realize they're on the same team about the same subject, even though they're competing. They're in the same subject, trying to figure out the truth about the subject. It's not about the person. When it becomes about you, you become self-conscious, right? You got to kill the ego. Now it makes sense. Now we have a way of doing it, and the evidence is me. To sit in any situation, you're in the right place.
Yeah,
So
self-conscious is the word. Self-conscious is the word.
No, you
For
don't want to
me,
be self-conscious.
I
You
know
want
I
to be
don't want to. It's hard to break it.
All right, listen.
It's hard to break it, bro.
Let me give you a smooth line, right? The smoothest line, the smoothest movie. If said by a righteous man, it acts as a blessing to the woman said and to him. Said by an evil heart, then vengeance will be whoever decides and judges what's right and wrong, and it's not me. So let me show everybody the power of this new level of tongue. Ready? Pick your favorite race of woman, like Mexican, black, white, orange,
Latina.
whatever the fuck.
Latina.
What is it? Latina.
Latina.
I want you to imagine coming with me to a strip club in Vegas, the finest women in the world, the biggest strip
All right,
clubs,
bet.
finest Latina comes
We
and
can go to
sits on-
Colombia. Fuck it. We can go to Colombia.
Fuck it, Colombia's even better.
Fuck it.
A Colombian comes and sits on you, bro.
Type
And
shit.
we're chatting. We're having this convo like this. I'm like, damn,
Type
look at her.
shit.
You're like, ooh. You're like, that's my cake. I'm like, that's your cake, and you're gonna eat it too tonight. When she
Yeah,
hears that,
amen.
she hears us. Hey, she hears us say that. The girl on your lap, the fine one. Stay with me here. Stay with me. You're gonna love this fantasy. She then says to you, I'm Cuban. Have you had Cuban food before? Ready? Give a smooth answer, and I'll give you the smoothest answer. Then watch. Go ahead. Answer her. It's okay. I'm the master of this. You're learning. So she says to you, that fine
I
bitch.
bet.
She excited. She
All
goes,
right.
oh, I'm Cuban. Have you had Cuban food before? Answer. Go.
Shit, the food between your legs. Ooh.
Oh, Colombian. Why am I saying Cuban? Colombian. Did you mean Colombian or Cuban when he said it? I know what he said. My bad. My bad. Now I have a Cuban girlfriend. It went into that. I don't know the difference. So Colombian. I don't know. So whatever that looks like is that, right? I know Cuban girls. Colombian, right? So she says, I'm Colombian. Have you had Colombian food? Ready? She's interested. I see it. You see it. She likes you. She likes the whole thing. Answer her. Let's move forward and get her to want to have sex. I'm going to get her there.
All right, say it.
All right. So she says to you on your lap, the perfect Colombian girl says to you, oh my God, food. I love
When
food.
she says, have you ever had
She
Colombian food before? I'm going to say, is it between your legs? I'm going to say, is it between, that's smooth. Is it between your legs? That's what I'm going to say.
Thank you. Pause. Go full screen.
What do you mean go full screen?
Executioner. Executions. Okay, ladies online. Bro,
Hey,
listen.
I'm a smooth dude sometimes. Hey. It's how to always have that confidence, all that, like the top tierness, you feel me?
You're in the perfect world with the master of game, bro. You have full confidence to say the words, which were Colombian food is between your legs, right? And you say it in the perfect sound, the smoothest look of you have the $10,000 Gucci suit, $50 million. Bro, we are in heaven and we could have whatever we want, you and I right now. So you are going to have everything you want. And if you were at your shiniest LED style persona, what would you say? Would you say what you said, or do you want to change it? If you were your supreme best superpower.
Shoot, I can't really tell you what I would say, but I would just have to in the moment.
Try it. Give me the best, smoothest. I'm going to give you the smoothest line that, if said from a wrong heart, will curse him. If said from the right heart, it would make her want to have sex with him. I'm about to give you the secret of secrets of secrets. I had to shake hands with the devil and get it from him. I've stolen the secret of the gods, bro. I'm about to give it to you. But I know something about their secret. It's a language. It's a dragon or a monster. That's language. It's a dragon or a monster that defends and guards the gods. I know that language misused. That dragon and that monster, metaphorically, I know what it can do to you. So I can give it freely and let he who judges right and wrong do it, because it ain't me. I have the secrets of the gods. I'm here to share them. So, ready? Because they're waiting for it. Everybody is waiting for you to just catch up with my little spaceship, okay? Here we go. You are at your perfect self. You're in heaven. You and I died. We're in heaven now. Hey, what's up? What the fuck are you doing here? Oh, shit. What's up, bro? How are you doing? Hey, here in heaven, you could have anything you use your imagination. Go. Colombian chick comes. Oh, perfect. I told you. Ready? What kind of watch you want? Welcome to heaven. Okay, here she is. She's going to say exactly what you want. Let's talk about food. Hey, bro, you want to go to a restaurant? Oh, my God, food? I'm Colombian. Have you had Colombian food? Go.
I'm gonna say, hell no. You can have some American.
Okay.
Get
Oh,
some
she goes,
American, baby.
it's heaven. This is heaven. She
No,
goes,
fuck that
ooh,
Colombian. Let's get some American, baby.
do you
Yeah.
point your dick? Do you lick your lip? You wink? What do you do?
I do whatever I want.
Exactly. All right. Now, since it's heaven, I get to play a game in heaven. I say, bro, check this out. Okay, listen, we're gonna move over. And she's gonna now sit on my lap in the same scenario. Okay? But before we do that, go full screen. If it was heaven, and she was there, she would be given the choice and not a robot. Otherwise, you could just go buy a robot. So in this case, she's going to have a choice to respond to your perfect self. And since I'm not a girl, but representatives of women are online, they're going to be righteous and truthful and put themselves in that situation and hear the perfect looking man with the perfect stuff say that, okay? Starting with the one that said that's sick. Christina, are you available? Have you been listening?
Yes, I'm available. I've been listening.
Christina, there you are. You're righteously stripping in heaven as a Colombian, right? And you sit on the man.
Dang.
Right? Yeah. And listen to this, but there's even more to it. And then, Christina, not only that, since you're in heaven, you know there's a right guy for you somewhere. You have no shortage of perfect men now. Because, bro, I can tell you something about the shiny girls in Vegas. They could have any man they want, shinier, or at least the same shine, right? So that's a fact.
But they're
Christina's going to
thoughts,
be.
so why would they have that?
What's that?
They're thoughts.
The what?
They're thoughts.
The
They're
what?
whores. Well, how could they get any man? No
We're
man
in
wants a
heaven. We're
whore.
righteous. No, we're in heaven,
Oh,
bro. That's why I said we're in heaven.
oh.
I could say we're in hell, then they're all whores, and so would you and I be. But right now we're in heaven. We're perfect.
All right, bet.
You have everything you want to say exactly
Then I
what's in your
wouldn't.
heart.
All right, bet.
You wouldn't what? You would change your answer if she had a choice?
I wouldn't need a bitch in heaven.
What?
Oh my
Then I
God.
can't teach you because that's why I meet girls.
I wouldn't need a bitch in a lustful way in heaven. I mean, I'm in heaven.
Right. You're right. But you can meet a fine woman there. So would you like to continue this? She's still
But we on
super
earth, so we're sinners, so nigga, feel me?
No. In this game, you're in heaven. I'm trying to teach you. That's why I say imagine. Imagine heaven, bro. I don't know what it is. All right. So in heaven.
Yeah, I understand.
Are you dodging? Because it's so clear.
No.
Christina is a perfect girl in heaven.
All right, let's go. All right, bet.
Heaven. You did and have the perfect answer with a perfect look. But since we're in heaven and we're all righteous, okay, God says, Christina, you don't have to have him. Every man here has every jewelry he wants and says everything he wants. Now let's party. That's heaven right now. No one's a slut. Do you still want to say that to her or no? Or do you want to change your answer? Knowing we're in heaven, we're not sinners. What do you want to say to her?
Just say what's up, bro. I don't know what you mean.
Oh, so when she says in heaven, oh, I'm Colombian, right? And have you had Colombian food? You're not going to say, here's some American
I'm gonna say,
food.
no. I'm gonna be like, yeah, let's try some Colombian food. I never had any. Simple.
Oh,
like,
so you would change your answer.
Just normal language, normal just pureness.
Why? But why? But why
Purely.
did that change though?
Because I'm righteous. I don't know. I'm righteous.
Okay.
I don't need it. I'm not lusting over no pussy. I mean, if she want to fuck me, she can fuck me, but you know, sample.
Right.
We ain't
Now
having.
imagine, right. Now imagine being like that, right? Right?
Yeah.
Would you have to worry about what you say to her next besides just say what you said?
Nah.
All right. That's that.
You thinking too hard about what to say and trying to be smooth. You gotta keep it simple.
Okay, bro.
Yeah.
The answer is in there. If you want it explained better, whoever talked to you, do it. Because if I keep explaining, a lot of people understood something right now, bro. A lot of people did. Okay. So if whatever you got, I want you to know right now, you're righteous. Right now, you're perfect. And that was the perfect answer for you.
All right, bet.
Now that you're with me righteously, I'm now going to give you that curse for unrighteous hearts. Because why? If you want to stay righteous, stay in connection with here, or go read this book that I became righteous about. It's the Bible, because that's where I got it from. Now, if you read it and you're still not righteous, stay in contact with us so I can show you what you missed in it, because I found righteousness here. I found that perfect answer like you, okay? But my answer is a little bit different, because not only am I righteous, I'm famous on TikTok and everywhere else because I'm so smooth in my speech. Now, a righteous man is going to now say, bro, that was a perfect answer. Watch what I say to the next girl that sits here in heaven. Watch what being in heaven, right? I studied what, let me show you how to be the smoothest man alive since you're righteous. And then I give you a warning. I say, I don't have to warn you because you're already here, but I'm saying this in front of unrighteous men. And it's a trap. This is a warning, everybody. If they repeat this later, bro, they don't know we're righteous men. These words were given to me in secret. You'll know when you hear it. Nobody could think of it because I didn't think of it. It was given to me. That's the gift in heaven for me. Ready? Watch what happens. Now I want you to pick the next race that sits on me. It could be the same race or another race. It won't make a difference. Pick a girl on me and she's going to be a perfect girl in heaven. Go ahead. Black.
The blackest of black girl.
A black girl. Perfect. Here comes a black girl. She sits down. What does she cook? Cauliflowers? Right? Black food.
Nah, she could African.
We're just gonna call it black food, whatever that is. Africa, Zimbabwe, America, fucking black food. Because it was Colombian food.
Chicken rice.
Food. Now I'm just gonna say black food. She can figure it out, whichever fucking black she is, okay? We know black food. We know non-black food. She's some kind of black with some kind of black food, okay? But she's fine as hell. She's in heaven. And I'm about to go through the same exact moment to teach you in heaven the right words that will be righteous and turn her on. Here we go. She comes. She sits, right? We're talking. I said, man, there's this black food over there, Ethiopian food, right? And yeah, it looked good. She goes, black food? I'm black. I go, no shit. Because she is, though, but the Colombian, I couldn't tell. Maybe you're Colombian? Yeah. Oh, you're black? She goes, yeah. And then she goes, what'd she say? Have you had Colombian food? What was the words? What did the other girl say? I want the same words. Have you had Colombian food, or do you? I make Colombian food. What did she say? Oh, so the black girl goes, have you had black food to me? All right. Have you had black food? Now I turn to her and I say, yeah, I have, but I only want the best, the greatest black food. She says, I cook it, or I know a restaurant. She's still interested. And she hears exactly what I said. I want the best. I'm in heaven. So I want the greatest chef. And she says, what? I know a restaurant or I cook. It makes no difference. Pick one. Make her your perfect girl. She says what? When I say, yes, I've had black food, but I want the greatest chef there ever was with the greatest dish of black, right? Make her perfect and answer. What would she say? So I'm taking her to sex righteously. Watch. You think you know, but you almost know. What would she say as a perfect answer? I would give you two choices that she would probably go. She would probably go a very good answer for a man. One, I know a restaurant. You want to go? Whoa, sure. I'll pay for it. Okay, great. Well, we have infinite money here, so it don't matter. We're in heaven, right? So she says either, I know a restaurant, let's go, which will lead to sex probably if we're going that direction. Or she says, I cook the best black food. Ready? Come over and I'll cook you some black food. That's maybe even better. Choose one of your stories and I move through and make the next choice. Go. Choose your own storybooks. I used to get them when I was a kid.
So go to her house.
What'd she say?
Huh?
What did she say to what I said?
I don't know, man.
Yeah. Go ahead. Give me an answer, guys. Give me the perfect. Listen now. What?
I'll cook food at my house and you.
All right. Here's a perfect black girl. Go ahead.
I'll cook food at my house and you come over.
Okay. But I said, I want the greatest chef. that ever made the greatest black food? Is that you?
Well, my grandma was a very good cook, so I.
No, I don't want a very good cook. I want one that no man or woman could ever make that black food. Do you know that, chef?
No, I don't. So
I'll take you to Africa.
Hold on. Ready? Listen, my father owns this. I'm the son of the Father. I'm a man of God. I didn't come up to you, did I? Did I come up to you or did you come up to me? Right. Whatever you saw, you know what my father knows? I'm looking for the greatest black food ever made by the greatest cook. And I'm looking right now at the greatest black food my father ever made for me. So if you want me to taste the greatest black dish made by the greatest creator ever, it's sitting on my plate right now. After I taste my father's creation, then I like to see what you cook or any other restaurant cooks. But I want real black food. And it's sitting on my lap right now. So if you like to give me real black food, then that will be you. And after I taste you every way I want to know that it was made by my father, I like to take my time to make sure, because I know he knows exactly what I like and he never makes a mistake. After that, I'll go to the best restaurants. I'll go to your house and you can cook for me. But first, I got to taste the greatest chef. And this is the greatest black food dish, delicacy, pastry, strawberry that he's ever made, because you were made by God. Right? And you're here, right? And there's other black people. So guess what? Now I know the dish that's the perfect food, but it may not be my turn to eat it right now. And it may not be this one. But the right black food will be the first black food I'll taste. That's it. Now, by this point, she's not only hypnotized, she's mesmerized, she's fascinated, she's baptized. She is, because I was talking about God, not me. Right? And I am going to have sex with her. And that's what she's here for. I don't want her as a playmate for swords, not those swords. I don't want to talk to her about anything that men talk about. She's there as a woman. And if she's going to offer me food, I need to know that it was the food that my father made. And if I can't taste her, I don't want to taste the stupid fucking chicken and rice she makes, no matter how good she is or her grandma. I want the best and the greatest. All right. Now, if she wants to walk off of me, there'll be another black girl sitting down. One black girl will understand that exactly as she should. And she'll giggle and smile and twist and turn. And the conversation will change and it'll become something else. Because now she knows that my temptation is only one and it's righteous. And if it's my turn, it's mine. If it's not, I didn't grab for the dish. I'm still not grabbing for the dish. I'm telling you, there's a dish here for me. There always is. And if it arrives, it'll be the creation of my dad and not your makeup, not your shoes, not your status or your ass. Now that taste could be the food. It could be her pussy. It could be her lips. It could be her soul. It could be her thoughts, her mind, her heart. But first, I want to eat the creation that's black by nature, that no one can duplicate one cell, one angle of her body exactly, not the greatest artist, not the greatest anything. Even when they clone it, it's a second one, not the first original one. It's a copy. Let me have the original Mona Lisa, not the one that was painted on that. The one that sat there should have been paid the trillions of dollars instead of that piece of paper and the man who tried to copy God and be worshipped as an artist. He was just copying that woman in 2D with color. And everybody else did it better than him, but they said that was the original, so that costs more. Hey, someone's twisted, bro. You're buying the Mona Lisa paper for $10 trillion from some pervert named Picasso, who was a pedophile, and you're paying way too much for that piece of paper. But when you're righteous, you could say exactly what you want, but I know the words that you want to use. Now, if another man says what I said, he would pay heavily for it. You'd have to be really clean to bring those words of God and food and refer to every level. Damn, you knew I was good, but not good enough to show my armpit sweat for the last whatever. Be aware of it. And don't, yeah, because right now in this context, it doesn't matter. Right now, anybody's opinion of my sweat, if it's bigger than what I'm saying, then they should be looking at my sweat. They're as good as being in my armpit right now. So right now, I don't care if I burp or do anything as long as my message is getting across. Right now, like this. But I'm not going to, well, I will be like this, but a little sharper tonight. Okay? Insane
all right,
comfort.
So, read the Bible.
Yeah. And then however you got here, talk to that next guy, and I'll see you again. I'll do it again tomorrow, every day.
Right.
And class tonight.
Are you off today? Oh, yep.
I'm never off. I'm always
on Monday,
on.
right?
Never off. Always
Monday
on. I don't know the dates.
Tomorrow. All right, bet.
Sunday.
I'll talk to you later then.
Hell yeah.
Nice meeting
Stay
you.
on. We'll be going until 3 minutes from now. Good timing. All right.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
All right, deuces. Appreciate it.
All right. Hey, nice to meet you, man. Is there anybody online that has been like dying to answer something? Ask a question. If not, it's time for us to talk and end it.
Who was the next guy in line?
Who was it?
Jorge.
He must have died.
Said he had to go.
See? All right. Anybody else online? All right. What do we think? Now we're talking here, guys. So now you get to hear some good, real good conversation. Yeah.
Yeah, yesterday.
Put the cameras on the people, please. I mean, until they're on, cameras are still moving. Everything's moving. If I cut them off, I cut them off. Yeah.
Yeah, just right now when I heard Gio confess.
Yeah.
I wanted to confess.
These are my confessions. Hey, you know who's bubbling up now?
Somebody.
That guy.
Yeah.
Oh, you know you need to.
Yeah.
You know you need to. And the more they confess and you see the light in them, the more you're like, fuck.
I was sitting here dealing with the devil. Boom, I dealt with it. I went to go pee. I burped. And I came back. I knew I was clean. And then boom, the next
Yes.
everyone was feeling my ego.
Yes. So let me give you a better way to say that for everybody. Every time you want to say kill your ego, here's a better way to say it because it would help you kill the ego better. Here are some ways to say that, okay? If I was going to say, I want to kill my ego, I would know, first of all, that the ego is not real. So I wouldn't give the ego the same energy as I in that sentence. It doesn't have to be the emphasis. It's just that internally, I have to differentiate. And when people normally say, I want to kill my ego, as a poet, I can see the way they say those words. They have about the same weight, and that's why you can't kill the ego. It has to become, I want to kill the ego that's holding me back, right? And so you could say, I want to kill the ego if that separation's inside. If it's not real and you go, I know there's an ego, it's fucking me up, but how do I, that guy is not here yet. He hasn't meditated enough or prayed enough or whatever the hell has happened, right? So if you're going to say that from that other perspective, what would you say? Hold on. You go, I know that there's a false identity here that's not me, called the ego, referred to as the ego, right? It's a false identity called that. It doesn't have a name. It doesn't have an identity. It's false. When we call it the ego, it becomes something. It's not. It's a bunch of ideas that don't even mix together, right? You know what I mean? So I don't have to say anymore. You can now move through that whenever. Now it doesn't matter what you say. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, I see that.
You get what I'm saying? You could work that out in your own language later with the separation and knowing that there's a more accurate way, right, to describe. Go grab the table from upstairs. Which one? Go grab the chair. Be a little more specific, and then I can locate it better.
Yeah, makes sense.
Otherwise, I have to come back with the chair. Is it this ego? What's that? What's that?
Or even if I say it,
Yeah.
no,
It's not that anymore.
Good.
Like I know it. Wait.
I'm here to teach everybody while they're watching the language. I'm here to teach the language. I call it the tongue.
I get that.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
But yeah, what it was is money goes through me. So there's like a personal bank account and another bank account.
Yeah, this is why we broke.
So
Well, it's under my name. I don't touch the other one.
Yeah.
So they send it to, they by accident send it to my personal one. And it wasn't that I wasn't going to send it. I knew I was going to send it eventually.
Yeah.
But I looked at my personal one, and with the extra money, it was just the feeling. It was just the feeling of like, oh, damn, it looks good. I'll send it later.
Yeah.
And that's what it was.
Yeah.
But it was just that impurity.
Did you send it then or later at that point?
no, I sent it
Later.
Okay.
I sent it later.
So it wasn't necessarily the feeling, it's that you let the feeling decide.
Yes.
Yes.
You get that?
Yes.
Because you're gonna have feelings all the time. We went to the strip club last night with Angel. I knew it was now wrong for him to sit there and try to handle his lust. He would have gone the wrong way. He's done with it. I've seen him. He went out. He didn't turn dark. That man no longer has to worry about himself. He confessed in privately when he would have sex, and we all saw the truth. He has stayed light, been challenged. We saw the betrayal he had to, like, I know last night as a coach, command, wherever we are, I know I have to tell this guy this. Otherwise, the wrong ideas and feelings with the righteous, not righteous idea, it's deceptive.
Yeah.
So what I told him, I want you to hear. Did you hear what I told him outside the club before we went in?
You would have to say it.
For me to,
Sit, John, listen. For you tonight, I don't want you to worry about lust anymore. Yeah, if you lust. If you don't. If you go too much, you know, you'll pull back. Yeah. I go, sometimes you go too little because you're being righteous and it's not right. Sometimes you're going to have to give her more lust. She's working and talk, whatever, right? I'm just insecure. I said, you are going to know as it moves. But tonight, you're not there to handle you. You're there now for the first time to see what's going on over there because you can. And he did. And I saw him and he was, that's practice, right? So when you have the feeling and you know for sure, that's what I know about the captain, right? You know for sure the feeling no longer can pull into an action or word.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessarily, I knew I was going to send the money.
that wasn't I wouldn't steal for sure. I know that. But it was just that little moment of like, oh, I'll send it later.
Yeah.
Where that stems from is just evil. And yeah, I don't want to.
Nice. Well, we got it. So when are you going to send the money?
Oh, it's already
Sent.
Oh,
Yeah, it's already sent. But it was just that I was still able to get pulled from it.
right.
Yeah.
Now you see, like your confession now sounds to others, not maybe even here, that you said my nail was dirty and I knew it. And I shook your hand, and I knew I knew it was dirty, but it wasn't that like it's that level. But for you now, it's like that's not right.
And I
Know that.
And it's
Yeah.
how clean you're getting.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that we're playing this game in this story, and that's where you are as a man, tells you there's no better game to play, no better story to be told about this. Right? That I see. That's why I come here with so much confidence to do this business now properly and advertise it properly and show you what I do know about sales when I know it's righteous and I'm not doing it for other things. How you or anybody else at anywhere at any point ever talking these words to another person for money, life insurance is a devil. It's the one thing you can never insure. Change the words. Don't call it that. Then we can play. Say, I'm going to make a bank account for you that after you die, this much of this bank account will go to these people. Fine. It's not life insurance. What are your loved ones going to do after you die? This is God's work. It has nothing to do with you at all, or money. Nothing to do with that. Right? So all businesses can be valid. Like when I asked the guy yesterday, what are you selling though? If you had sold that, fine. Then I would have said, at the end of that, it would have been, there's his website. There it is. You saw what he could do. I went through it. You can now buy or not sell it on all my YouTube channels because I know the value is visible. And if someone wants to buy that, then that's the value they want. But I don't think you're going to fool anybody anymore. because you're not you're losing people in these fucking words, so they can't come and see anything, right? So now we're gonna do some business. We're gonna sell properly, right? We're gonna get a release from people. They've bought things on the wrong terms, and now they're stuck with it. And if they give it up, it's that all that interest, all that now. Can I pay this in increments? Nah, you're gonna see you signed. Give it up. I'll pay for it. Then I'm gonna just pay for a little bit while I get enough money to, and they never get out, right? Because there's only one way. You gotta break the lease. The only way to break the lease is you're gonna find a law that when they say this law, you say there's a bigger law that cancels that law, and I could show it to anywhere, anytime, anyone. If you can find that law, the words that say that is not valid because when it was signed, my kid was 7 and there's an 18-year-old signature, it's now no longer valid. And they have so many holes in everything they say that I show them in the end, why don't I skip all that, sir, and give me the fine print? I want to fuck you, girl. Hey, before you go through all that and he explains all the benefits, read that. That is what you're signing. That is convincing you. Otherwise, you could, here, take all that, start here. I want to fuck you. Would you like to see the contract? Now, there's a lot of girls that would, yeah, you know. I'll take care of you this much a month. All right. What if you stop doing this stuff after I sign? Do I have a right to leave and find somebody else who what I signed was going to give it to me? Yes. What about this? You know how I signed this for these benefits in exchange for my time, money, whatever the fuck this pussy? It doesn't make any difference. I'm showing you the same contract. Now watch this. What if I get a better offer? Better pay, better house, better car, right? Well, then you're gonna have to pay for all this. But what if I don't? What if I go no and I sign here and everything you're gonna attack me, I got a better job now. I got such a good job that when you work all week to pay for that, he just gives me to buy a purse. You're gonna fight me where? How about fuck you? I'll sign because right now I don't have a job. But I'm looking still because I fucking hate this job. It's just I have to eat right now. That's all the guy's getting used by every girl everywhere if he's not righteous. Why? Let's show up. Bring your girlfriends. I'll bring your girlfriend and then pick any girlfriend of mine. I have a girlfriend who's a famous porn star. Pick your most righteous relationship. Pay a girl $10,000, pay a girl whatever. Let's make it $50,000 to go on a date with you. Give her the exact rules on how to act loving, trusting, respectful. Give her the rules, then have her go to Tony Robbins and everybody else and smooth this bitch out. Then give her a makeover. Then I'll give you all my girlfriends, and one of them is a famous porn star. Right now finished a reality show who had to have sex and do things to win the show. She is part of the lineup of Mortal Kombat characters I have with me. Choose your character for me to defeat you with your unlocked character of perfectness. Now, that's a challenge to any man anywhere. Pick any of the girls I say girlfriend. Bribe them behind the scenes too. Let's go on a date and let's bring witnesses. I promise you on everything, I'll put everything I have on this thing. I bet you, I challenge you, any man anywhere, in front of other people's eyes, any girlfriend of mine choose will act better than that one over there. Isn't that amazing? You all know I'm right. Even the porn star who freely would have sex. Even if you picked a virgin and had let her follow that rules. Whoever you picked would be so uncomfortable with you trying to apply those rules that it wouldn't work. That's every relationship until you're righteous. Now, why can I say that? I know how I got those relationships. I know it's not about whatever it is you can offer. And so it shouldn't matter, right? Now, I'd want to be the first one to lose this bet to make sure I don't waste my time with some whore. Oh, but she's a porn star. No, I said a whore. Not my whore, a whore. I don't want to waste my time with a whore. My whore, my slut belongs to me. She's fucking everybody else. Okay, then let's go on this fucking date because you are looking for words. I'm going to show you like I was showing him. And you can't see it still, then we need witnesses. Because the reason you took the challenge is you were already blind. I'm Sun Tzu, strategist, perfect book of strategy to defeat any man anywhere in regards to women. I've written the perfect art of war. I've written the perfect book called The Game, Infiltrating the Secret World of Pickup Artists. That was the first one. 2, infecting them with my virus long enough to take over all control of everything they ever did. Infiltrating as a man, not a woman. They all infiltrated as women. I infiltrated as a man, and everybody knew from the first moment I arrived. The first guy to say, I'm a pickup artist, I'm studying here, it's a mystery method, let's go see it. The fuck? I thought you called yourself Mystery because it was a cool name, not to hide. I thought you were style because you had style, not you needed to alter identity because you hate, what the fuck is going on with y'all? Right? Well, fuck, this is dope. Let's keep going. Right? Here's the original book, The Game. Here's what we're writing now, which Yogi Chris, we know, started writing it. This is the book now. He has all of the notes, all the experiences, and the first one. Right? The first one to fully have my trust. Right? It doesn't mean I would trust him around my women. That's words. That's you entering the woman again. Right? He has his ribs that come out. I have my ribs that come out. For that reason, I have my own ribs. Like, what do you trust him around what? My ribs? Are we wrestling? Is he rubbing them? Why would Yogi Chris be around my fucking ribs ever? Why would he be around my woman ever? Why would he stare at my ribs besides just look at them? If I'm walking around, Yogi Chris is staring at my ribs, he better say, what's that? And if he ever sees my woman doing something unrighteous, my brother better say, what's that? Anywhere, anytime, any brother has a right, if they see my woman act in a way that's unrighteous, to call it out to me immediately. Don't hold it. Fuck that bitch if she's offline. Out of pocket. Real pimp, nigga. All right? Hit the streets, bitch. Be the whore that you are, but not mine. Right? Those men think it's your pussy. Keep tricking them tricks. Right? Because if it was that, I wouldn't be having this conversation. You wouldn't be here. Crazy. Oh, daddy, here's the money in your pocket. Here's more. Why? But. What do I want? What do I want that for right now? And I just want you to buy something. I can buy everything I want. What do I want that for? I just want, then buy me what the fuck you want to buy me with it. I have everything I want. You want to give me a gift, don't give me money. Right? Because I'm not a trick. And you're not a trick here either. If I take your money, now you're a trick. And I'm just like you now. But I know, I'm pretending to be a pimp, but I'm a trick. You feel me? The Game 2, Beyond the Game. Infiltrating the secret world of underground pickup artists. There's more to it. Infecting them with a virus, taking over all the programs and saying, you're a bad boy, then I'm King Kong. Right? You're the hit, I'm the whole bong. Right? And eventually, this sickness is going to be worldwide for sure. And it's going to sound in the beginning like a motherfucking crash when I come. Then it's going to be a... Then you're going to hear me go, ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh. What the fuck is that happy guy coming through this dark ass song? Ooh. And then I can say, I'm the new album, you're the same old song, right? And it won't take long till my sickness spreads worldwide. Ooh. The song is in the ooh here. The rest is for everybody else. My part is the ooh. The other part is I told you, I told you, I told you, I told you, I've been telling you, I told you, I told you, I've been telling you. Now it's my turn to show you ooh. But in order for me to do that, there better be somebody who could hold the lines. Right? I told you L100 says a person in power must find someone to do his job. And if you want to expand, do it. Don't hold knowledge. That's the devil trying to make sure you don't get out. Someone's got to do this job. Where do I go next? I know I live in heaven right now. And I know every time I give my post to somebody else, truly give it to them, like righteously, not because I want to get off of it, not because they've been there long enough to give a belt. That was the way I gave belts. But I truly give it to them. Even that shithead Takuraba can still run a fucking academy. I gave him a fucking black belt. That's the end of it. Right? He went unrighteous. Look at his life. Look at my life. He owns a goddamn fucking school. He trains every fucking day. Nobody even knows him as a fucking martial artist. They know him with a new baby. Ooh, congratulations on all years of martial arts. I'd like to see how your baby is raised. Or he could be a real man and hear all this and challenge me to a fight, my old student. He lost again. He lost again. That's a little boy. Come fight me then. Get through everyone first. No, not these guys. Get through everyone first to get here. And should you get here, you still got to get through the leader of IMC Nation. And I always say it in class, if you guys trained with me in Panjo. And just in case, somehow, some way, you get through the champion, then get ready to play Russian roulette, because I'm not entering unless there's a real threat that would destroy something that you're not supposed to destroy. And at that moment, you can be sure that I'm not going to hold anything back, and you've never seen someone that fast and strong, because a righteous man can't be hurt. And if you defeat me, then great. I was supposed to... We went through all that before I attacked, right? It was my turn to go. There's a plan for it, because there never was a plan. Get it? The greatest game ever played is here. And if you're in this room, in my life, you're a main character because you keep showing up wherever I go. Oh, it's you again? What the fuck? Now you're driving a car? Now you're at that base? Now your hair's changed? Now you're in Tesla? Now you're in San Jose? Now you're here? Now you're here, and I'm going to go over there. You're here again? You're in LA? Now I'm going to go. Damn, nigga. Who is you, though? All right, well, check this out. I didn't pick you. Hey, you picked me. Right? And I see exactly who I am and what I'm doing right now. Oh, these are the guys? All right, well, I'm not confused. All right. So I got to show them my story so they see why they keep following me everywhere, because it doesn't make any sense. But when I tell them my story, it makes perfect sense. And they become righteous and they become strong and whatever. But that story now has been told. Right? Whoever had the ears to hear it, heard it. Now that sickness spreads worldwide is about to happen. Everybody always wondered why it didn't go viral. Because there had to be somebody to hold the lines. Right? So I could do the second place position. Right? There has to be a bright sun. And why don't you go look up on YouTube the dark sun. S-U-N though. S-U-N. As within, so without. As above, so below. Same creators, same verse, one verse from a cell that reveals the truth to Raj Dibazar through meditation and splits open. And suddenly he knows more than any book on evolutionary psychology and game, better than the people who wrote it. They're calling him and asking him about it. Right? Well, what was that all about? Right? Same process has continued forward, man. It's nuts, bro. And the result is that people still listening to this bullshit I'm saying, and it makes sense to them somehow. Who the fuck are they? What's today? Saturday? Why listen to this fucking weird tattooed guy who seems to have zero manners, but be the most respectful person you've seen so far. Then read Lao Tzu, real respect is not respect. That's what he says. It's in there. Go look it up. He says, real knowledge is not knowledge. The fuck does that mean? He says real piety, which means like to worship or be in some kind of sacred communion with a higher spirit. He says, or respect your traditions like that, right? It's a big word. Piety is a strong word. So he says real piety is not piety, right? When someone can correct my respect with words and convince me that I was disrespectful, I ain't been disrespectful. I've never been disrespectful my whole life. Did you know that, Gene? I've never, ever in this life been disrespectful to one human being. It's amazing. I've struggled to be respectful many times. I've been punished for not acting the way they thought was respectful during a moment when they were losing their status as somebody, and they were trying to show how respectful their son, brother, student, boyfriend, whatever the fuck I was to them. I was respectful, right? They didn't say hi to me. I didn't think I should say hi to them. They're an adult. Do you say hi to so-and-so? Why? Hi, uncle. Wow, so respectful. Uncle is a model, a female star in the house. Because uncle might go and say, what's up with your son, bro? Right? You bring your son here. I greet him. When he greeted me, I was like, who's that guy? Who's that adult in here? Remember that time? Where he took the stage, he took the light? Remember that? We've seen everything. I don't tell my kid to introduce him to an adult. When you see an adult, do not speak to them at all. Ever. Ever. What about uncle? Not without me. I can see his heart, son. What do you mean, daddy? Don't eat from the apple yet. If that little girl tells you that she knows why I said that, and you follow that, she can never know what I know about your uncle. She heard what mom said about me and uncle. She has knowledge about it. Right? Hey, do you see my dad? Yeah, I saw him. Oh, he asked about you. He didn't know you were here. Oh, yeah, I didn't say hi to him yet. Why? Honestly, my dad said, don't say hi to uncle without me. Oh, I know why. Remember last time when your mom was here, my mom was here? Remember when your dad and your dad had the boat and your dad wasn't in the room? Then he came in. He was like, what are you guys talking about? Oh, that makes sense. Dad, why are you telling me not to talk to uncle? Huh? I just want to know why. Apple. Who did you talk to right after I told you don't talk to him? Right? Who gave you some knowledge about that truth? Now let's play it out properly. Little cousin, little sister, fucking dick. Because you know what the boy wouldn't say when he goes in the room? Did you see my dad? He was looking for you. He's like, let's play video games, bro. What are we doing here? We're not talking about fucking adults and who's saying hi to who. So, who? A little baby cousin girl? All right? She told you that? Right. From now on, go ask her about everything. And go talk to your uncle whenever you want. But I just want to know why. So go ask the person who told you why, because you asked me and I said, that's what it is. Got it? If you had waited, I would have told you why when it was time to hear it. Understand? Huh? Do you like how your little cousin acts when she screams and doesn't want to go anywhere? Do you see how she's selfish with her dolls? Huh? Do you see how she uses you to play her games? Have you noticed that? You want to be like that little girl or your boy? Good. You're my son. Got it? Have you seen the sun? Have you seen the moon? How tiny, how big? Do you know the moon it's just a rock? If not, I would then take the time in the party at that moment to do that. And if that uncle shows up, hey, bro, we're watching basketball. Yeah. I'll be there. If he goes again, I'll be right back. Come with me. I'm talking to my son, bro. Basketball, football, your wife's food, my mom. Okay? Let's go. We're going to see why he should never say hi to uncle in a minute. It's already been visible to dad. I'm talking to you. You want to know something, right? Do you see how he said that? See that? Because I was about to tell you why not to talk to him. Here's why. Here's how I met your mother. Here's how he met his wife. Right? He's jealous. Because you're a good boy. Right? You know why you're a good boy? Because you belong to your father, and I'm a good boy because I belong to the father. Right? You see how I do what I do every day, pray, whatever the fuck, my life would have to be religious at that moment, right? He would have to know as my son to have this conversation by now. He didn't grow up with his mom on TV in school, and now I'm telling him about this shit. If that happened and I said, don't talk to uncle, he should ask me everything he saw on TV about it. Then what his teacher told him. Then what a healthy father-son is from that psychologist. And that how I'm insecure, that I'm jealous of uncle because my wife, what the fuck, son? I told you, don't eat from that fucking apple. Now, if you want to come back, you're going to have to listen to me straight and never, ever, and I mean ever, not once, ever, that's an exact word, ever listen to a girl again. Right? And every time you do, and I find out, you don't get anything from me. And you have to follow that advice to the end and come back. And if you burn in hell, son, do it. You deserve it, just like your uncle and his little daughter and that little boy, that little boy. My son now goes, shh. Well, you don't want to play? No. That's my son, right? But you got to protect him. Not with your words, right? But with God's words. Because that defeats everything. Not with your order or the order someone saw somewhere, but with that order, because that, I mean, you heard the example, but the examples are infinite, just like the numbers are infinite. The possibilities of writing a poem never end. Otherwise, it would have been done by now. Or a book. Same alphabet, same words. When is the last book going to be written on life? You get what I'm saying? So when you're looking for something, you're going, all books have been written and I'm going to follow that book. Well, you're writing your own book from your perspective, right? 128. We're good? All right. We're back at what time, Captain?
5 p.m.
5 p.m., everybody. See you.